live on the light that is me. I that is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new one under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game. Do you know who you are when you speak your words? Don't sound like your own. You're trapped in the toxic created by this world. That is who you are. No science will say that I must be dead sometime without gravity gets us on the ground. That is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If I lose my wings, I don't need a new world under you. Can't feel a thing, we already know the smell of the game. Remember you are blazing, still your heart is blazing. If the world made you, I don't need a new world under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game. What am I? What am I?
What am
What
I?
am I?
What am
What
I?
am
What
I?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society, so instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. But they found beauty in the lives of beasts and couldn't lie to themselves about it.
And this is no part of the world. But no one can blame me. Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world under you. My time is my word. Your words will never let me disappear. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the game. change. I'm a clown that don't have shades. My boss was out of them. Out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. still lie to you? No one can see the colors but you. I had to run away from here before the storm hit. Waste your time, waste your time. I told me without you. We've got only one sky, blue, red, and black. What is it like to you? Like to you? No one can see the colors but you. We've got only one smile, so angry for What is it like to you? No one can see the colors but you. Once there, everything comes through. I've heard of such a dreamy place. Do you think my broken wings will heal? Hope so, 'cause I can't fly well. I wonder if this rain will stop one day. Someone's been crying all along. No worries, there's only one road, so I can't get lost. All I have to do is walk. Place by the name of heaven, the promised land. Everyone is waiting in a very long line. Place by the name of heaven, there's a comfort.
The most important thing for me is drama.
You see the quotes of praise, you hear the music of rock, and you see the visuals of anime, baby. This is Guilty Gear Strive once again. ARCREVO America, US West, top 16 to get to that top 8. I am Renz, joined by my man, Jake Ryan. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I love seeing all the accolades for Guilty Gear. Definitely deserves it as we get to the last event for our ARCREVO qualifiers. You know, the best of the West that we're going to be seeing here today. And Guilty Gear Strive is something that is so fantastic, and just as fantastic of all the players that we've got in our top 16 so far today. They've been duking it out since about noon this morning, so about 5 hours of gameplay we've almost seen so far, and we boiled it down at this point.
Yeah, I want to get a look. I want to get a look at the bracket when we get the chance, because as you mentioned, we got 16 of the heaviest hitters here, and this is the winner's side of the bracket, right? We're starting at the top. Panda Kizzy K, one of the premier fighting game players in the world, not just anime fighting game players, not just America. He is all around one of the best you'll ever come across. Going against Elkman, right? One of these players that we're pretty unfamiliar with, but did some damage, defeated Reynolds, an Evo champion, in loser side of the bracket, in winners, to qualify in this spot to hopefully get the top 8. Jonathan Tene following up, the Zato of the West Coast, one of them at the very least, going up against Dawn, a very dangerous, volatile matchup that's going to be with his Eno. And then take me through the rest of the winner's side, Jake.
Yeah, so as you can see here, Stealthy, who just had a breakthrough performance at Festival of Fights, actually falling to Kizzy K on the upper side of the bracket there, making it through winners on this side, showing why he's one of the best in the West Coast with Axel versus Simplest, a Soul player that we've consistently seen place in WNF, events like Bamboo Paddles run by Panda, and a multitude of other events online. And then on the other side of winners, you have Beast Coast Apology Man, the Faust Master. Everybody called him Loust, but he's still playing Faust as the game continues to develop, and he's going to be playing against Imperfection on the Zato. You know, I believe this is one of the first tournaments that Imperfection has actually entered, and that's something that's so great. And it's actually his first fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive. So seeing him top 8 for the West Coast, one of the powerhouses of anime fighting games and Guilty Gear, that's really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see what they got all on the winner's side. But we got the loser side of the bracket as well. People fighting tooth and nail for their life here. You don't get a second chance down here in the losers bracket. We got Aaron the Mac. Used to play Leo, but has definitely gone full-time Soul bad guy, taking up the protagonist mantle, and has looked very good on the character. Of course, Reynolds, we mentioned earlier, falling to Elkman, right, on that Soul bad guy. So he's going to have a matchup that he's already fallen to once, but of course he is rocking the Axel low. Then we got Revilo, I believe on the gold Lewis Dickinson, so we're going to be swinging coffins, going up against Ikushishu, who is playing the Ram Lethal. So I'm not really sure how either side feels about that matchup, but I think, you know, either side can really inflict damage and really get their game kind of going, snowballing pretty easily, to be honest. And then how does it go against YJK and Abnormal, Jake?
I mean, talking about snowball characters, you got YJK on the chip, and K Alpha is one hell of a button, one hell of a move to utilize. And against Geo, you know, Abnormal Sense is going to have to do a lot of shutting down on what Chip wants to do. Got to deal with the Alpha Beta, got to deal with the Wake of DPs. And, you know, Abnormal Sense actually took down one of our resident best Geo players in the mirror twice, double eliminating Breaker Dave. So very strong Geo. Yeah, that's hard to do. Very strong Geo in that regard. So YJK is going to have to put up some big numbers to win that match. And then on the other side of losers, you have SJ versus Clock. And again, another gold Lewis. We've got 2 in the top 8 on the side of SJ. So even more coffin swinging. And only one Nagaryuki, the lone warrior, Clock at the bottom. All right, he's the last samurai of the West Coast.
Ever since I've been a part of the FGC, SoulCal just always got a lot of funky characters and not a lot of the top tier. It's just how it goes, man. So we're seeing more of that, of course, today. But it's always a good time, though, watching the California gameplay and the West Coast in general. We got a Utah representative as well in here. So we got plenty of regions being represented. I know Ebonic Plague, I believe, just didn't make it out of pools. Could have represented that Oregon region as well. But, of course, I think it's from Oregon, right? Not Seattle. But either way, we are going to be looking at the ARCREVO prizing. That's what I want to see next, because I believe we have a slide in regards to that. Look at that, everyone. Trip to finals to compete for that 30,000 USD, as well as that beautiful Guilty Gear Strive hitbox.
Yeah, fantastic tool. If you've never used a hitbox before, it is the way of the future. Definitely, like that graphic, you're not going to get it anywhere else. This is a prize for the finalists, and the top 2 finalists are going to be able to get this. So even if you're the bridesmaid, you still get this prize, and you still get a chance at the finals, which will be coming up later in the year. And it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be in March, as March 19th, I believe, and everybody who's competed so far from all the different regions, you've seen such great play so far, are going to be fighting for that 30 Gs. And that, and maybe a couple of them will adopt the hitbox. Like, imagine all the finalists pull up and they're like, we're all hitbox players now. And they're playing on their new Arc System Works Guilty Gear Strive hitbox. That's the way to go right there.
Roll it up like the Akatsuki, all the joysticks and pads are just crossed out. All got the hitbox under their arm. I'm feeling that for sure. And I'm also feeling these matches, Jay, because we are going to get it started momentarily. It's going to be Kizzy K versus Elkman to start it off. Again, Elkman a little bit unfamiliar, but we are getting the classic Kai versus Soul, which I'm always looking forward to. So let's see what the players have to say before jumping into the match.
All right.
Make ranges great again in fighting games. Ooh, Kizzy. Coming out the box, already criticizing the state of fighting games, huh? I feel it. Sometimes you gotta ask the tough questions. You gotta say the things that are not easy to say to see the reality that you want to become, you know?
Yeah, you have to visualize it and actualize it to being real. And we're gonna see exactly what Elkman thinks about that, because while Kizzy wants bigger normals and more range, Elkman just didn't think they'd make it this far. And you know what, Elkman? You're doing fantastic, especially for your first fighting game. So you got here for a reason, and we're going to get to see how the El Clasico, Soul versus Kai, the protagonist matchup goes. I mean, for a long time at the beginning of Strive, people were saying, oh yeah, you have Soul bad guy and then budget Soul bad guy, Kyle Keys. But I'm definitely, when it's in Kizzy's hands, it's Kizzy Kai. So we're going to see exactly how this breaks down. Yeah.
And, you know, in regards to the ranges, I do think Kai has a little bit, I won't want to say an advantage, but he definitely has tools to combat Soul at ranges that Soul kind of has to commit a little bit harder to. Like, he's going to have to, like, 6S. Well, I guess maybe not a harder commitment, but a different type of one, considering, like, the stun differs 5 frames and how fast it is. And we'll see that all come into play, I'm sure, as Kizzy already has Elkman in the corner.
Yeah, now stuck in the corner, Elkman trying to escape here with the FD, but a great stun dipper on the Bandit Revolver. You love to see it. And now gets an immediate wall break. That positive tension is huge. And even though it's been less than 20 seconds, Kizzy is in complete control, gets the burst. Elkman, you have to win this round now if you want to have your burst for the future. And it's not going to be a possibility. 7 golden letters, babe.
Yeah, that burst was definitely one that a bit questionable, right? When you're down that much in a situation like that, you're not even bursting them in the corner, you're not getting any advantage off of it. It was definitely a little bit too emotional for my taste.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be ARCREVO West if we didn't open up the tournament with a Cali burst. So I'm kind of happy.
You know what?
That we got to see it.
That was animal style and everything on the fries, the burger.
Gotta get that mustard fried.
And you see these consistent instant blocks already coming out from Kizzy on the gunflame setup, so don't get too comfortable with that because he's going to be able to punish real quick.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, just ride one too many times.
YRC gets him out of dodge for free. The far slash to try to get the connection, but the stun dipper poke, and he backs off, gets that wonderful charge stun edge extension. My goodness, another wall break, and still no burst on the side of Elkman.
Ooh, yeah, and delaying the stun dipper a little bit right there, especially with the positive bonus, no reason not to at least test them with it. PRC building up thanks to that increased meter gain, and Elkman, at least this time, he had the burst because he's only got 1 heart left to his name.
Yeah, you have to fight back for it, but that 5K from Kai is one of his best buttons. It has such a long horizontal reach. Gets the poke there, and Elkman just tried to move a little bit more forward. Gets caught out. First game goes over to Kizzy pretty convincingly, I would say. And that's Kizzy's talking about, hey, make ranges great again. We just saw how he's making ranges already great. You want a longer sword? That's what you're saying? You want long use? That's not fair, man.
Yeah, we saw a couple of good uses, like really checking in with the far S, right? And his stage transition kind of mind games have been interesting to me. I thought he would have been a little bit more aggressive, but that's not really Kizzy's style, right? Especially up against a character like Soul, who is very dangerous, high impact, high damage. He kind of has just wanted to chill out and see what his opponent's been doing, even with the positive bonus. So let's see if we can find an opening from Elkman. I don't know. It's definitely looking tough so far.
Yeah, something that was super interesting about that match too is Kizzy, it felt like he was glued to the floor because the only jump in we saw was at the beginning. No! And we're not seeing a great beginning for Elkman. TK ride the lightning.
No, yeah, the burst got to get fixed. That is definitely priority number 1. Oh no.
You're dead!
You know, sometimes you got to take the throw. And in that instance, Elkman didn't want to do it, ended up trying to guess and got clipped by the close S.
Right now, Kizzy is definitely looking like Justin Wong saying, you're going to learn today. It's your first fighting game. I'm going to show you how it feels. But right now, Kizzy escaping the corner pretty well, gets a counter hit, and now just trying to establish even more control on Elkman. Staying in a space that makes it so you can't really Volcanic Viper as well. And what a challenge.
Beautiful. Yeah, Kizzy's going to know all that, right? You can't go with just the autopilot strings that are going to work against like the generic online player. Kizzy's going to be able to exploit that time and time again. Wow, surprising though, taking advantage of Kizzy's hesitance. Gets the throw, trying to bait out the DP instead.
And you can see Kizzy's comfortableness in the corner right here. He knows exactly what Soul's going for, but the run up grab, clean it Viper into the OTG and the wake up super. Is that going to catch?
Yes, indeed. It looked like to me Elkman was going for the throw, and that's exactly why Kizzy woke up with a super rather than a DP, right? Especially because he had that 100 tension, could have made it safe anyway. Very smart stuff from the Panda.
Definitely a seasoned response. Like you said, Guilty Gear, if you haven't known, like throws do beat DPs, so the Vapor Thrust was definitely going to get smoked. And Kizzy's like, I got to get out of jail free card here. I've got burst, 100 tension, I can RC this Ride the Lightning. I only win. And Kizzy definitely came out top. 2 quick games on the board against Elkman. Elkman, you know, able to make a resounding victory over Reynolds in a 3-0 fashion, but it's hard when you go against one of the best to ever touch Guilty Gear in the form of Kizzy K, all right? And Kizzy's cooking, all right?
I'm telling you, man, when Exer was one of the main games, this man wasn't only winning Exer tournaments, he was winning Blaze Blue tournaments. He was traveling around the country, like, taking first place in both multiple times. So, like, this man is not to be trifled with any game he touches.
Yeah, and right now, no trifling is being had from Elkman, forced into the corner once again. And Kizzy is just controlling at this space. And finally, Elkman finds an answer, gets the far slat, the 6S into the extension with Revolver, corner to corner, coast to coast. But not really able to close out this lead now, back to neutral.
Yeah, man, Kizzy trying to keep him in block stun as much as he possibly can, but Elkman forcing the corner, great tech. They'll let him live a little bit more comfortably, and the whip punish with the stun dip are ridiculous.
Yeah, you love to see it. Such a great option, especially when you have the resources to cancel into RC. It's totally safe. Oh, that's a big block right there. You can get a punish. No, it's not blocking.
Oh,
Not like
you
this.
got off the ride too early. Hands and arms inside the vehicle, fam. That's what happens.
That's like when the fair clerk, he wiggles the seat and says, "Oh, one of the bolts is wrong." And you're like, "What?" Try to get out. Elkman got scared, and Elkman is fighting for his life now. Set point for Kizzy.
The whip punish with the stun dipper as well. I think it's a lot of nerves coming out from Elkman, man. Like just blocking a little bit too, or stop the blocking a little bit too early on the Ride of the Lightning. And now Kizzy, yeah, I think definitely smells blood in the water. But that 6P gets smoked by the Night Raid.
Yeah, very good Vortex right on in. But again, the connection with the stun dipper back to neutral. And Kizzy just feels incredibly comfortable here. Great 6P. And now
Yeah,
stuck
Kizzy
again is plus after.
Yeah, all right, Kizzy. Oh, nah. 5K from long distance into the Ride the Lightning buffer. That's what I'm talking about. Kizzy Kai.
Confirmations. Kizzy Kai showing up big. Confirmation station and ride the lightning. Ride this energy. You're not playing anymore today, Kizzy. We'll see you tomorrow. Top 8 is.
That's how I know
Great
Kizzy fills out captures for fun, son. He doesn't ask, goes to different websites and just fills out the captions for fun. He's all about confirmations. That's all he does.
He's like, hey, which one's the street lights? I'm not sure. There's one that's a little ambiguous here. Gets it right every time. All the check marks.
The confirms look robotic, but he's always proven he's a human every time. Best believe.
Definitely. I mean, there's some players where they're like, yeah, that was a hit confirm, and then they whiff the super on block. And Kizzy, he's always. I trust Kizzy when he say he's confirming that, or it was a reaction, as you saw right here. Quick 3-0 victory over Elkman, but we're going to be seeing Elkman later today as Kizzy moves on into the winner's semifinals, top 8. Fantastic showing from him, and Elkman's going to have another opportunity to fight in the loser's side. Like you said, Kai does have a couple of different range advantages against Soul, and Soul, you know, with the nerf 6S that has been going for a little while now, it's harder to contest with the buttons from Kai. And we didn't really get to see any like clean hit Viper extensions, no cheeky Revolver into Wild Throw. And it felt like Kizzy just controlled the pace the entire time. He instilled his will into Elkman, and that's something that a high-level caliber player of Kizzy can do to you.
Yeah, and Kizzy definitely got like 6P happy at the end because he saw he had Elkman flustered and was just kind of knowing that that's going to beat a lot of Soul's options. I would like to see a little bit more 2S from Elkman, even trying the Night Raid as we saw it worked out once or twice. But yeah, good stuff. Hopefully Elkman can kind of cool the nerves a little bit. He's still alive in the loser's bracket as we move on to my boy, Jonathan Tene going up against Don himself, rocking the Eno. What you think about this match, Jake?
This match is pure chaos right here. I mean, we're not going to see happy chaos on the screen, but whoever gets it's momentum heavy. If Zato gets the first opening gambit win, all right, good luck. Shadow Jim's Henson's bringing all the puppets to party. And the same thing with Eno as well. You get the wall slumps into the 50-50, into a wall slump, into a 50-50. All right, guess you're going to YRC. When are you going to burst? Okay. GG,
Yeah.
shake my hand. Like, how do you escape?
Yeah, I feel like one of our players had something similar to say. Can we check out the quotes before we actually get into the match itself? I believe Jonathan Tene also believes that the Zato and Eno matchup is very volatile, you know what I mean? And as you mentioned, it really is, right? Zato having no invincible reversal, constantly going to be in a very great danger, grave danger even, if he gets knocked down once. But Eno is kind of in the same boat. She has the invincible reversal with the 50% tension, but if she doesn't have that, then I mean, she's pretty much, you know, at Zato's mercy just like everybody else. Well, it's going to be interesting. I think in the neutral, it's a pretty interesting matchup to play because Chemical Love is pretty good against like trying to summon from a neutral space, but also you could 2S under it and get counter hit and like a decent counter hit confirm off of that. Well, I'm interested to see how much they played the matchup themselves and how they approach it from like that mid range where Chemical Love is really good.
Yeah, they are both Series E players, so if you have watched WNF or even when Series E takes place on Thursday, they've had lots of matchup experience, so we have to look at those layers as well, where it's not going to take your typical smoke and mirrors kind of play or your typical offensive approach to win this. It's going to be a very similar way you have to approach fighting a player like Kizzy K. So let's see how Jonathan and Don feel going into this match. All right. Oh, that's the puppy right there. You love to see it. Jonathan sending the dog. That's the greatest reaction image. And, you know, Zato and Eno are two really momentum-heavy characters, so it could go either way. Yeah, super volatile. Whoever gets the momentum first is definitely going to be in charge. And let's see how Don feels in this matchup.
Oh man, Dawson. Belligerent like Nago's Beyblade that is 0/+2 on block with 14 frames of recovery. So I know Dawn has a deep-seated hatred for Nagoriyuki because he's not even playing against the character and his thoughts are about the character. And, you know, we asked for fun facts from the players just in case they want to give us something interesting, a talking point or two. And he gave us a genuine fact. He said Nago's 623P, that's the command grab, is 7 frames, 80 to 100 damage, heals him, and removes all blood gauge. So both things he said were about a character he's not even fighting against. So we'll see how that actually plays out up against Jonathan Tene.
I mean, it's definitely always interesting to see how people feel about a character. And one of the things I learned early on in the FGC is when somebody brought up Guilty Gear, if you didn't hate a character in Guilty Gear, you weren't playing Guilty Gear. And I think Don is definitely playing Guilty Gear right now with his hatred for Nagoriyuki.
So that's how you begin Guilty Gear, right? And then once you become like, you know, veteran, once you become hardened, then that's when you realize you hate fighting every character in Guilty Gear, not just the one.
Even if it's like an 8-2 matchup, you're like, I hate this character.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, and immediately, like you said beforehand, the Chemical Love coming out big at the beginning, forcing Jonathan into the corner, and Don already establishing momentum. But Jonathan feeling comfortable approaching the neutral. Great.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Wow.
Just barely missing that confirm. Nice whip punish on that though with a 5H.
Yeah, trying to float over. You can't play neutral for free. And a big counter hit, but no confirm as well. And another 50-50 off dash. Eno just continuing to charge forward. BRC forward. The back dash gets caught by the 5H.
Yeah, because the back dash happened in response to the throw, it looked like Jonathan had enough time to still jab out before Don could take his turn back. RC to keep the advantage. What a back dash from Jonathan right there, exploiting that gap. Tries for the empty low, but it's blocked. But of course, the 5D tried and true right back at you, but ducking under that. Well done. Yeah,
great reflection on the note, but yeah, ducked under like you said. Ooh, BRC down with the slowdown. You got to deal with Drill Party, and now the 5D does whip, trying to block, was looking for the overhead, but got hot low. Dawn losing the first round.
You can see how aware Dawn is of the YRC option, and Jonathan also aware that Dawn's looking for it. I really loving the defense coming out from Jonathan, using it to BRC and instead like back in to take advantage after getting out. Really good.
Yeah, so smart from both sides. And wow, dashed right under the puddle call from Jonathan here. And now going to be forced in the corner once again. Does not extend for wall break. BRC into the fuzzy. That was nasty. That's not fair.
That's not ankles, fair. Bro.
Hell.
Thought he was going for the blindfold, but he was shining the shoes the whole time. Oh yeah,
The
cancel
hairdresser, like, don't touch my blindfold.
Oh, the FD actually able to get him out of the 2D range.
Yeah.
Very clutch from Dawn here, trying to stay out of this corner, and will do so with Stroke.
Yeah, stroke straight into the mid-screen again, and another 50-50. Jonathan is just getting mixturized. Does not opt to go to skip the wall break. Gets the positive tension, chasing down the backdash with the stroke. Not able to connect, though. You know, Jonathan staying alive here. This is going down the wire. Oh, Shadow Kermit all the way in the extensions. Jonathan now looking fantastic here. This go either way. Burst available both sides, but positive tension in Jonathan's favor. Chemical Love. Oh, gold burst! The gold burst, that's so important. Sunvoid coming out trying to chase her down, but she dodges so far. The frog, he's wary of the burst, but yeah, Jonathan, he has said himself that baiting burst is cringe, so he just goes for the full combo. My man has said it himself, hard baiting burst is cringe, and you can see why. Jonathan taking the damage, taking the burst, and still clutching out the game. Yeah, definitely cringe right there. Didn't get the punish on the burst, and Jonathan just played it clean at the very end too. Kept to his game plan, went for the fuzzy high-low with after he had little Eddie set up, and then it was neck and neck the entire time, but Jonathan really clutched it out. That gold burst was the difference maker. As soon as he got the sword full screen, got his Eddie meter back, even though he lost it after Dawn bursted, he's like, all right, bet, I'm out of the corner, you're done for.
Yeah, it was just like so important, like even as just mental damage, right? All of a sudden your opponent sees that you have 100% tension, and then all the options just start running through their head. Their mental stack starts going up. It's definitely tough. And yeah, man, Jonathan, you can see right there, he's just willing to get hit by the burst. Like, he doesn't want to give up damage, because we've seen so many people try to hard bait burst and then lose out on so much damage doing it. So, you know, he's just subscribing to a different theory.
Yeah, and definitely that damage at the end was the difference maker, because if you finish out that combo and not bait the burst, Jonathan was dead. Like, sure, you have to play another neutral interaction again, but if you win off of the combo, like, you go for the combo. Like, that's how I feel about it. But again, the burst bait from Jonathan, as we were saying, he's like, oh, baiting burst is cringe.
Yeah, right there, right. He's not giving up damage for it, but he's definitely wary on the approach. Very smart. Yeah, Jonathan's actually one of the players I've talked to that thinks about the opponent's gold burst the most. But of course, like, it's all just an equalizer when you're up against, you know, in the corner, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, too, one of his idols that he watches all the time is Gobo, and Gobo is always gold bursting. So if you're learning from someone like that, you're going to be highly critical of the option when he's so successful. And now Jonathan's staying successful, pushing Dawn back into the corner, the Pierce into the cancels. Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah, jumped out, but the PRC was there to cover it. Good follow-up combo as well, buying some Eddie meter.
Oh, nice 5 And then we're back to the other side here, but Jonathan.
Ooh, able to get the 2K in there, but nothing else. We've seen the jump kill. Nice duck on the Chemical Love, using that 2P. BRC to slow down and get the whiff punish. Didn't quite get the combo he was looking for, but nonetheless, forcing a final round.
Yeah, Jonathan has been so good at utilizing these BRCs to catch the lofty jumps that Dawn keeps throwing in. That's just the nature of Eno. And he's so smart with his 6Ps right afterwards to get the confirms. And these reflects on everything. He says, no notes, no nothing, no pressure, and I will continue to challenge. But now, time to party? No, Jonathan says, I'm bursting out.
Oh, that was so smart. You see him going and eating the note immediately and then summoning right there. Very smart from Jonathan, knowing that the note builds up hit stun with the amount of travels. Yeah, but
oh no.
Into the frog. Sunvoid, yeah, I think Amorphous would have been just outside the range to kill, so instead taking the full Eddie meter.
Yeah, I appreciate the full Eddie meter, because then it gives him this tricky corner situation where the dust is just so powerful. The last time he closed out the round, he went low. This time goes high. 2-0 lead for Jonathan now. The mental stack is starting to boom on Dawn's side. And even though it's been back and forth where Dawn seems to get this momentum and seems to start, like, putting Jonathan in the blender, Jonathan uses his defensive options perfectly, burst out when he knows it's the proper time, and is just punishing Dawn for overextending most of the time.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Jonathan has had great neutral so far. Like, his Eddie control is super good. Never really letting it expire unless he actually gets something off of it. Usually unsummoning in the right instance. And then beyond that, I mean, he's made great defensive choices, right? Like you said, gold burst when he's needed the most, these gutsy backdashes, knowing when Dawn's looking for the YRC and not giving it to him. Like, yeah, this is really good stuff from Jonathan so far.
Yeah, And we're seeing that continued pressure in the beginning, but the burst is already gone, and now Dawn is starting to shine. You have no escape, you have no tension, and you just have to hold this. This is where Ino is most powerful. And the chemical up, no, it doesn't go for the extended combo because it's not even necessary. Quick game for Dawn there.
Yeah, I was going to say, as much as it's 2-0 right now, we can get to 2-2 real fast in this matchup. Dawn gets a couple of nice hits, and the momentum is just going to keep riding itself, especially because with Zato having such low health, if he gets a burst baited or something like that, he's not going to get a second burst in the match.
Oh, no chance, yeah. And with the
Beautiful
low guts as well.
PRC to get the air throw.
Yeah, such good awareness. Again, the dive, and it connects, so you get that great positive tension now. Burst is available for Jonathan, though, and he continues the backdash, and the burst does not work out. He tried. He was like, I'm done. Get off me. No chance.
Bro, this speed run. My man said that. I would tip that man extra if he was delivering my Uber Eats for sure. That was very
100%.
fast.
My Postmates.
Yeah, and he did a really good thing too before the stage transition, which was steal a turn after the S stroke because he had 50% tension, right? Earlier, he had already established that he's willing to RC and keep the turn off of stroke. And that time, he saved it for the dive bomb RC, and it actually ended up hitting Jonathan and able to convert more heavily because he had the RC meter later. So good stuff to Don, man. He's definitely still in the set.
Yeah, and the thing that was hard for Jonathan there too is we talked about it at the beginning of the set. If without the resources, without the tension or even burst, like what is Zato going to do? He has to hold every ounce of pressure that Don presented, and he was just stuck. So it came to a point where Ino just got to run free, and I don't want to be in the other side of that Ino because we definitely saw what happened to Jonathan, one of the best players in the West. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. And already knocked down in the corner. You can see him even trying to fuzzy like backdash on his wake up to blow up some of Don's approaches. But as you mentioned, both of these guys playing in Series E, they're very familiar with each other, and Don's been adjusting his offense.
Yeah, you have to be able to get that adjustment too, especially against somebody you play often in this crucial tournament set. And that's why the beauty of Guilty here when you get these first to threes is huge, because the adaptations can be seen, and Jonathan needs to adapt on defense now, or Don is going to get another round on the board.
Indeed, nice job poking him out, using the pierce before the no could get active.
Oh, full extension.
Beautiful alley-oop to the front. Yeah, using the no, Don! That was just a bad burst point.
Definitely was a little bit too high in the backdash. 2 PP.
And you know what we said about Zato having low health and getting your burst baited goes the same for Ino. She might not get another burst this game.
Yeah, and that burst is crucial because it's going to be the difference maker here. Jonathan going to definitely get the wall break. Huge tension. Now, if she blocks anything, it's not going to be Amorphous. It's going to be sword into full Eddie meter, into even more pressure. And you have to, it's a battle of attrition now. You have to block everything. RCs after the whip command grab, and just lets him get out, put the chase down.
Yeah, that positive bonus and all that pressure gave him damn near 100% tension. But still, Dawn navigated that skillfully. Able to turn this around. The 6P is blocked for now.
Good defense now getting pushed back. Jonathan still holding the offensive excellently. No more Eddie meter. That was cheeky. He flinched.
Oh, yeah. Great job confirming, just buying time for Eddie. I really like that. Oh, at 5H, the war criminal coming out. Thank you for the buff, Daisuke. I appreciate that one.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Daisuke. Daisuke's vision to make Zato top 1. It must be done. But yeah, Jonathan moving on to tomorrow's day of play. Super guy. Rin is like, this is my character. Make him even better. Let's go. Zato Master, resident Zato Master, right here. And yeah, it's exciting to see. Yeah.
So good.
It's a war crime. War crime button right there. And, you know, Jonathan committing crimes, moving on to the top 8, going to be having to face off against Kizzy K tomorrow. Oh. And his name was 5Ds today. And we know somebody who's gotten 5D'd before in a couple of tournaments. But Kizzy doesn't think it's funny. Kizzy's gonna dispel everything about that and show you why you can't press that button against him. So it's gonna be Kizzy versus Jonathan tomorrow. We're gonna get to see Dawn fight it out later in the bracket on the lower side, which is a fantastic first 2 matches that we've seen today. Jonathan really just showing his controlling of momentum, and then also his ability to adapt and play from behind and hold out on defense. Dawn showed excellent defense through that sequence too, because that was 100% tension, like 15 seconds of blocking Zato, and Dawn was able to hold it down. It's just that Jonathan's pressure was too consistent, and he wasn't able to escape, and that's why Jonathan was able to come out on top. So very good stuff to him.
Yeah, I loved Jonathan's Eddie Mutual, of course. But next up, we are going to have Stealthy and Symbolist. As you mentioned, Stealthy having a great showing over at Frosty Faustines, making the top 8 while studying for his AP test or whatever he's got going on in his actual school life. If y'all don't know, me and Jake have like, you know, this is one of our, it's not our child, but he's one of those, right? Like where he came to WNF during Dragon Ball when he was just a little foundling, a little Mandalorian foundling when he was like 12 years old playing Dragon Ball. Now a few years later, he's making top 8s. So yeah, it's pretty sick to see.
Yeah, the youngest kid at the tournament. He had the smallest stick, and he was just so prim and proper. Here's the fun fact about him too. Every time he wanted to come to a WNF, he had to read an entire book. That was the rule. That was the rule his parents said. It's like, oh, you want to come to the tournament? You got to read a whole book, and that's why
you got to read these books before you read your opponents.
That's why his reads are exponentially better than the average player. He's just refined himself over those 4 years. 17 now, so feeling fantastic in this top 8, and we're gonna see exactly how the players feel about this top 8.
Starting with Stealthy. I hope I don't get Twitter clipped. I'm gonna make you into a Twitter clip, Stealthy, just like I did last time, bro. You better do something cool.
Yeah, he wants to make a Twitter clip when he qualifies for top 8. That's his goal, and we're gonna see what Symbolist has to say as well in this battle for top 8. Axel vs. Soul seems tough, but he's a buddy of mine, so whoever wins is okay. Oh, the friend kill. Yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen. If you play with a good group of people, you're definitely gonna run into each other in top 16, moving on to the top 8. So, Symbolist and Stealthy. I mean, I feel like this is a very easy matchup. From my perspective, it really comes down to cat and mouse. This is a cat and mouse battle. If the cat gets in, I'm sorry, Axel. No more sickles, no more nothing. Cut the chains. But if the mouse can run away, utilize the infrastructure of the building, totally fine. We're good.
Yeah, definitely winnable from both sides. I'm not really sure if I'd say either one has an advantage at this point either. I think, it's really going to be up to the players, and Stealthy, of course, going to be trying to keep Soul out, right? Manza said that he used to be a Minecraft player, trying to keep the creepers away, sneak away from them, all stealthy-like.
Can't be. We're in survival mode. At nighttime, the creepers are out, and right now, I mean, the sun's setting. Is that going to be Symbolist's power up to beat Stealthy? That's where his name comes from. Stealthy Ninja Man. The 11-year-old, now 17. Symbolist. He did the charge dust on round start. He did it for us.
I thought it didn't work. Didn't want to get Twitter clips. You definitely are lying if you're trying that at round start, bro. Ooh, yeah, and that's one of the great things about Axel's 2K. Super low profiling. Just bypassing that bandit revolver mix.
Yeah, very good stuff. It goes for the fuzzy there. Oh! I got mixed out of my shoes.
Man's walked up, showed him the hesitation crossover. Oh, and then the Lydia throw.
Love it. Break the neck, and now no Zato needed to break the law as Stealthy is trying to fight on this last pixel. This is so hard for Soul to approach here. You can't make any mistakes. Oh, and he just pulls up.
Stealthy.
He just pulls up.
You sick man. Yeah, that's a very smart thing to do with the Axels, right? Once you establish that your opponent has to worry about all these long-range options, you just sneak in with the fast run speed in the game and throw them.
Oh, this is a big combo, but no, gets the dash cancel on the 5K. Able to get a great throw, though, and backdash on the Fafnir. Stealthy keeping himself safe, and again, the run-up throw is just super potent. You're expecting Axel to want to stay away, and Stealthy is not afraid of rushing down. He is from SoCal.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's what's so interesting about these SoCal zoner players. Is just because of the region style, they have that rush down in them still.
The blood, it's in the veins, and right now, Stealthy still playing this incredibly well, playing away. No burst, but definitely at a place where it does not matter.
Yeah, so they're doing a great job just reacting to what Symbolist is doing. Ooh, even there, the 2K can't let you get close. Oh, except when it's off the sickle. Nice lariat.
That was clean from Stealthy, because you saw that quick, the fast PRC cancel right there, and it's a 50-50 in and of itself. It's like, am I going to hit you with the explosion, or are you going to get the command grab? And he was just, Symbolist was not ready. He did not see the signs. There was no symbols in front of him to tell him what he needed to do. Is it a circle or a triangle? I'm not sure. It
The
doesn't
man's
fit.
name is Stealthy, bro. Okay, he's got the high dexterity. He's got the expertise and all that.
Yeah, I mean
The
that's,
rolls
that's
are
his
high.
number one primary. He's I roll for like I'm trying to think. You're the DM. Tell me exactly.
Yeah, you
Is
roll
he-
for
is he
stealth,
doing-
bro. That's why he's
Yeah, you
always
roll
got
for
it on
stealth.
deck.
You got the D20, but it has his stats are way too high, so it gets like a +5.
Yeah, you got the rogue joint where your expertise, and if you roll too low, you just like automatically get a 15. So it's like he's like that's the type of game he's on.
Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. But Stealthy trying to stay right, but getting that counter hit forward slash. Kara DP does not connect, and Stealthy knows the exact moment to burst. And again, a good tech with the 2K there into the sweep.
Yeah, you know, 2K, 5-frame button, great low profile. It's one of the best ways to challenge the approach. Symbolist trying to make the most of this corner, though, does break the wall.
That was so much damage, and that was a really nice confirm there, too. It was a little bit awkward, but Symbolist able to make it count. What a wonderful air throw. They said the better Guilty Gear player will get the lowest air throws, and that was pretty low to the ground, Stealthy.
It's true, Symbolist, you got 100% tension. I want to see you get real funky. Something unorthodox. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Again, he kept it in mind, right, that Stealthy can low profile the second hit of Bandit Revolver with that 2K, so PRC in the whiff, catching him with a 3-frame button afterwards.
Yeah, super smart stuff, and just awareness on both sides, too. Just knowing already what your opponent's autopilot reaction is and using it against him. Now Stealthy has to be a little more cautious with that option when the 50% tension is available for Symbolist.
And then Stealthy just looking to establish this game again. He's already lost the heart. Doesn't want to lose another one, but I don't know if that was supposed to be like the biggest brain dust I've ever seen or what.
I
So,
mean,
like, if he
my
really
man-
tried to like dust him when he landed, do you think that's what he tried to do?
I believe it. I definitely believe it. I've seen this man Axel Bomber on round start too many times to believe anything else.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'll bring it up after this match. Hold on. He definitely did try that. Oh, the success counter hit. Oh, and then deleting the rest of the health. Yeah, so me and him, he actually came into my stream and we were talking. And I was saying that I've noticed now more that when people makes their opponent block a grounded normal when they're in the air, like just off the ground, a lot of people charge dust now, right? Because of the extended block stun of the air blocking. So you can't really do anything while you're coming to the ground. So when I told him that, he like all caps like, oh, that's so smart. I want to be known to 5D. So I'm really thinking that he's just trying to charge dust people as they land from the ground. Like, I really do think
100%.
that.
Oh, no, I wholeheartedly believe you, because that is definitely a stealthy way to live. And now, all right, I'm not going to say I'm a betting man, but I'm pretty sure he's going to Axel Bomber on round start. I think he's going to Axel Bomber on round start. Or it's either that or charge does. Nah,
just
Stealthy,
the
you let me
S?
down.
Just the far S? Wow. Stealthy becoming tame in his old age?
Yeah, at his old age, at the ripe old age of 17, his hands just don't have it anymore. he's been in OPC for 6 years, man. Does something to people. His first game was Dragon Ball Fighters, all right? He's a boomer. No longer the Zoomer.
Welcome to the life, Stealthy. Soon he's going to be playing Final Fantasy 14 and Yu-Gi-Oh!
The retirement home. I'm in the retirement home, and Stealthy is not. He's not going there anytime soon. Oh, it just goes for the regular 5D. No charge today.
Oh, try to 5P. Put that away. And this is a great round from Stealthy here. Really composed himself. But oh no, that could all go straight down the drain real quick. This is the protagonist right here. Not looking to duck it this time.
No wall.
Yeah, since he got punished last time for it.
Oh, bursted at the perfect moment too. Oh, again, that's
Symbolist. Comes
Again.
back and takes the round. Dapped him up to break the wall.
That was clean. That was really clean. And that all came down to Symbolist's challenge to get to that corner in the first place. As soon as he got that first interaction, Stealthy had to make a guess, utilize the burst, and now no burst for most of this round is going to have to force Symbolist down to be able to close. But still, this is dead even.
Yeah, I mean, the cat and mouse analogy you brought up at the beginning was never more apt, right? Once he was caught, he never got away.
Oh, yeah, no. The trap has been set. No more cheese, mister. Oh, no. Big Kara DP. Clean hit. Oh, but the backdash on the Fafnir.
Yeah, can be with Fafnir in that situation, and then catches him with the command throw. That's a big side switch. All this real estate back to his screen now.
The market's
What are you
looking
doing
up.
with it? 50% tension on Symbolis's side, so could potentially threaten with a Night Raid to get in, but holding it for now.
Ooh. Can he kill off this extension? Doesn't have enough meter to get the Tyrant Rave as well. Had to burst because he thought the clean hit was coming. The wall break definitely would have killed there. So very good awareness from Stealthy, going for the PRC. Not able to get the hit just yet. Oh, the jump in with the slash, and it connects! 2-1 lead for Symbolist over Stealthy. And that jump slash after the IED has been one of the biggest openers that continues to hit Stealthy. He's getting caught pressing the 5S a little bit too often, and Soul gets such a good reward off that, especially with the counter hit changes. It's hard. That's rough.
Yeah, man, and that's really the name of the game when it comes to playing Soul in this matchup, is switching it up between the grounded approach, the fast run, and the fast instant air dash, and he's just been able to make the most once he has gotten that one time he's gotten in, right? No matter how much health he's sacrificed in the process, pretty much once he's gotten in, he hasn't lost much afterwards.
Yeah, and that's something that's scary about Soul too. He's got a pretty decent guts, pretty decent health pool. And it's not over till it's over with him, especially with his... Any combo he does can lead to 80%. So, it's not over till it's over. And now immediately bursting Stealthy.
Yeah, Stealthy's been a little bit buttons happy on these block streams. Gotten counter hit for it a couple of times. Ooh, good job. Snuffing out the 6S there. And Stealthy, yeah, you can see maybe a little bit more hesitant now, trying not to commit to something. Great close S. That was a dangerous jump attempt.
Oh, the backdash gets caught, and the wall is your best friend as a Soul player. He needs it. Set point for Symbolist right there.
Still catches me off guard, son.
I didn't think I was going to kill, I'm not going to lie. I was like, yeah, he's fine, right? No, he's not. I'll row the boat. Ugh. 70%.
Just like that.
Are you ready?
BRC forward as well. Stealthy staying strong for now. They're trying to keep this full screen. Doesn't want to let the bad guy in. No! The burst, as soon as he got hit, he committed to it. And Symbolist was going to RC off that regardless, right? Just to complete the combo. So it acted as a natural burst bait as well. And he's going to be going to winner's side top 8.
Everything's looking up Tom right now. Okay, he caught the mouse. Definitely. Oh,
Cherry
man.
is down bad for sure.
There he is down bad in the losers bracket. But that does, that's a wonderful addition to our top 8 for tomorrow. Almost rounding up the winner's side for our top 8. Now, Symbolist moving on with that 3-1 lead. So Symbolist will be awaiting the winner between Apology Man and Imperfection, another Zato coming up, and then Faust on the side of Apology Man. So that's going to be really exciting to see. 2 Zatos potentially in top 8 winners side. That feels pretty good, Ringe. Come on. Make it happen. Do it for him.
That's what I want to see. Yeah, and the more Zatos I get to commentate, the happier camper I am. So, no, I'm always looking for it. And you know who else are happy campers there, Jake Ryan? Everybody that plays on a freaking hitbox. You got to go to hitboxarcade.com/ARCREVO and pick you up one of these bad boys. Throw away all those complaints of execution errors. Thinking that a stick or a pad's going to hold you back. That's why you need to get with the hitbox. Unleash your true potential and your execution will improve, and thank you for it.
Yeah, one of the best execution machines in the business, and one of the best games in the business is Guilty Gear Strive, winner of the Best Fighting Game Award at the Game Awards. If you're not already playing and you're watching right now, I've got some questions for you. You got a wonderful cast of characters, and even more coming in the future. Well, and just such a great game, and you know, supporting such great causes too, because every match played for ARCREVO is currently donating $20 to Child's Play. That's one of the best things about this too. So all the entrants that have come into ARCREVO is then supporting this charity, $20 per match. That's so much, especially with all the ARCREVO events that we've had, and it's just such a great program that's helping kids. Like, that's you can't have anything better. Best fighting game, best support, feels great. And tell me about one of the best new characters that we got, Ringe.
Oh my goodness, Biking. I know I don't even have to tell y'all about this, because judging from the population in the Celestial lobbies, everybody has gotten their hands on Biking. Everyone is at least trying the character out. I know a lot of people are saying she's mad fun, so definitely give it a shot if you haven't just yet. Definitely could fit your playstyle. I like the way she's been adapted to this game as well. I think people are real happy to see this character back and in the form she's in. So big ups as well to Baigen. And of course, this all is leading to the ARCREVO finals. You can see in 2022, March 19th at 11 a.m. PST. That's when it's all starting. The world premiere trailers, the announcements, all on the Twitch channel you're watching right now. So definitely big ups to everybody that has already competed, everybody that's qualified. Again, going down on March 19th right here on the Twitch channel. You should already be following. Good looks for everybody that has been participating, because I've enjoyed watching all the tournaments, not just West, Canada, East. Everything has been dope so far. So thank you to the players, and thanks to everybody that has been a part of it.
Yeah, what a wonderful culmination of events. And just to correct myself, it's actually $25 for every match from Child's Play. So doing even more than before. And, you know, the finals is going to do even more for us, seeing all those different regions duke it out at the pinnacle of Guilty Gear. And you're going to get to see even more of the pinnacle of Guilty Gear soon, as we take a quick break before we finish out the top 8 winners side qualifiers and move on to losers. So stay tuned, guys.
There's no winning or losing, just knowing yourself. Fight! No one can give up on you. I get it. I wouldn't want to mess with me either. Say the word and I'll wake you the hell up. Gotta hand it to you. In the end, she believed in herself. I guess this isn't such a bad path to walk. Get up. If you lost, you've got something to gain. You think too much. What do you got to think about anyway? My blade is your blade. I owe you a drink. You like sake, don't ya?
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world over you. My tribe is my word. Your words will never let me disobey. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me.
There's no way you'll believe me when I say this, but I'm really hoping you guys win. Because I'd like to see you again.
It took me 10 years to find the answer to something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
I don't care about winning. I'm just here for the pleasure, not the fights. But you realize this world is a broad, colorful carpet. But if you pull a single thread from beneath your feet and start to unravel it, you realize in the end that the carpet's just made of one long thread. That thread's is necessity. Everything is connected. One may witness an unfathomable sight and call it a miracle, but that's a misnomer. It's all cause and effect. And you should never mistake necessity for fate. Humans have the freedom of choice. Come play with me again.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world over you. My tribe is my word. Your words will never let me disobey. Take it all. Whoa, fine like a tiger, walk in the park. Play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky. Be Game's only for fools. Take nothing for granted. If you don't seize the chance, it's over for you. Life never goes the way you want. That's how it is. No matter what happens, face it all head on. Whoa, fight like a tiger, walk in the park, play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky, be free till you die.
The action continues to heat up in this bracket as we finish off who will be in our top 8 winner side qualifiers today with our next match coming up. Apology Man versus Imperfection. Rinch, how do you feel how our bracket's been going so far? And what do you think about the Milkman versus another Zato himself?
It's going to be interesting for sure. I think Imperfection has got his hands full with Beneath. Not only because I think Faust fights the Zato matchup decently well, but because Apology Man has so much experience on it thanks to playing with Jonathan Tene so much, right? So it's definitely going to be, I think, a tough road for him to go. But so far, the top 16 has been awesome. I really enjoyed all the matches so far. Kizzy K, Jonathan versus Dawn, Stealthy versus Symbolist. Symbolist getting in right there, right? It was kind of a friend kill, so either way, I'm sure they're satisfied with the conclusion, but we'll see how Stealthy makes it into the losers. And we're going to decide who is the last participant in that top 8 winners right now.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. Again, it's going to be the Faust matchup versus Zato, but before we get into see how the matchup goes, we're going to see how the players feel going into this top 16 match. Zato is broken. Please nerf Pierce.
Why did we show this?
Yeah, get this. Nah. He loses 3-0. It's over. Good job, Imperfection. Congratulations.
Yeah,
look at his face. Look how sad he is.
I should have remembered to remind production not to show Venit's quote. I will tolerate no Zato slander, please. Let's get to the person that actually has good taste here in the match, and that's Imperfection. Wish me luck. See, look at that. Humble, just trying to play his game, not worried about hating, unlike Venith. That's all I'm saying.
Very
He's
important.
a hater.
And here, okay, I want to make a clear distinction here, too, because we saw how Dawn was presenting how he felt about Nago Ryuki earlier, right? Very clear numbers, frame-based, grounded in knowledge and understanding of why a tool is powerful. All he said was, Pierce good, nerf. Why?
Yep.
Tell me. If it's so good, have you studied? Have you read the Dead Sea Scrolls? I know Zato has. Eddie's feeling it. He's the one spearing.
I feel like Apology Man needs an item to do the research for him. You know what I'm saying? Is that what I'm hearing,
100%.
bro? Like
he throws it out. He's like, this isn't right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No item is going to help you. Actually, a few items will help in this match, probably. The meteors, of course, always a good one.
Oh, yeah.
The hammer, I really wish hammer did something, like, cool. Like, it's interesting that it bounces and it, like, causes, you know, the hit stun or whatever, but I wanted it to do something, like, I don't know. Just something, like, because there's been so many funky things that Faust items have done in the past. Like, you know, even just, like, the poison cloud. Or, of course, they used to cause a lot of stun, but stun's not in this game, so it's kind of become irrelevant in that way. But either way, we'll see if he can kind of manage the Zato Storm. I do think Faust is decent in this matchup because he can jump up and do a lot of bomb bag and kind of annoy Eddie when he's trying to be on the ground. So it's definitely going to be up to the Zato to not be lazy. As long as the Zato is not really lazy with his Eddie control and really be on the lookout for stuff like that, canceling into a pose when he sees the bomb bag coming and then unsummoning, and, you know, he could definitely fight.
Yeah, it's also how he's going to deal with the J2K from Apology Man, too. It's a really good tool on the side of Faust, so don't let him drill in for free. One of the things that Apology Man loves to do, too, is open up with the 2P almost every single round. So how are you going to deal with that is Imperfection. And the thing that's hard for Imperfection, too, is Jonathan is Apology Man's training partner. Like, they play so much. So one of the best Zatos already qualified for top 8, and now you're going to have to fight someone who has some of the most Zato experience on the West Coast. That's a rough bracket draw, but we're going to see how it goes down here. Apology Man versus Imperfection. There it was immediately. The round started.
Yeah.
I can't make this up. I can't make it up.
as far as the matchup goes, considering how much experience Apology Man has, Imperfection has to hope that he just has a complete opposite play style of Jonathan 10A, right? So maybe it can throw off the Neat's expectations a little bit.
Yeah, because all players, even if you're playing the same character, can approach it at different angles. So we're going to see how Apology Man deals with that. I didn't get the item tosses. Look at the hair.
And, you know, and I already mentioned about how the Zato player cannot be lazy. If you, like, just kind of cancel with a drunkard shade like that without covering it, Apology Man's going to snuff it out every time.
Yeah.
He just has too much experience. Woo! Yeah, I love that. The quick RC off of the Scarecrow into the command grab, one of Faust's best tools to sneak in, get some damage.
I don't think the crows are ever coming back to the crop. I don't think they're coming. That was too much. Definitely. Wow. Apology Man showing why he's one of the best Fausts in the business. And dealing with
like
Sato excellently.
Throwing out the trumpet. Yep, is going to be able to get it from out. Imperfection actually got caught on the recovery of the drill. Backdash ended up being clipped as well. Wasted the tornado to the other side with the Scarecrow. Oh, couldn't quite get the pickup from the band, but still Apology Man in complete control here. Tossing out the hammer. That YRC gonna net nothing. Oh, the counter hit got caught trying to take his turn early. No, sir.
Now, that was very clean from Apology Man. A couple of questionable decisions on the side of Imperfection right there. Very interesting YRC. Didn't really get a full punish off of it, but the counter hit right afterwards. Apology Man showing so much comfort in this matchup against Zato. All the moments where you're like, oh, is he going to know? He knows.
Every single time. Yeah, as Apology Man in that YRC instance right there, I don't think you're really used to being that far away and a YRC coming out, so I think it just kind of caught him off guard, wasn't ready for the punish in that situation. 100%. But yeah, every time you see that, like, the drunkard shade Eddie cancels come out without like Faust being knocked down or something to cover it, Apology Man just 2Ps it, and like he's gonna be able to do that consistently, right? He's gonna be able to kind of challenge the piercers if you just summon from a normal. There's not gonna be a lot of things that you're gonna catch Apology Man sleeping on.
Yeah, definitely. You have to change up and elevate your gameplay with your Eddie usage, and that's what I want to see as the set begins to develop. Now forcing Apology Man in the corner with the oppose.
Now,
but gives up
I did just say, I said that he would be ready for the piercer summons off of a normal, and he did try to challenge it, but yeah, he got hit. So, you know, if you're Imperfection at this point, maybe try to test that again, but the drunkard shades have been shut down every time.
Yeah, so very good awareness. And like you said, maybe it was a fluke. The Pierce connects again. Oh no. He
did say to nerf it.
He did say to nerf Pierce.
And that's the weakness.
I think he's doing it on purpose. I think he wants visual footage. He wants footage of it hitting him. Oh no.
Imperfection ain't both bombs is gonna eat a third. No, but Beneath does. That's what I'm talking about. Bombos for real.
This is chaos. Yeah, this is definitely chaos right there. 100 tons of pressure. Goes for the YRC. Knows that he can escape there. And now chasing down. Drill Party into the corner. The Sharks are hungry. Somebody's got to feed them.
Strong damage here. Yeah, just backing off, respecting the meter on Apology Man's side. And baits the YRC. That's what I like to see.
My ankles. The law has been broken.
One of the best ways to do it. Can cancel off any normal and successfully dodge the YRC. Oh, actually blew up, and he gets the combo off of it. Oh my goodness. Apology Man is a Faust player through and through.
Yeah, we got combos and bombos on the screen right now. Literal bombos. If you haven't seen them before, you're getting them now.
Outcast would be proud.
Exactly.
Ooh, the jump he has. A very good tool at locking down Faust. The 2K and the slowdown conversion. Apology Man is so aware.
Oh, but now the nice usage of Eddie to follow up and get the trumpet, but the bomb keeps in the air long enough. And now big counter hit, but he uses the RC back in the banana.
Bruh, the banana peel. Actually costing the follow-up there. Eddie dying to a bomb bag or something. Tossed up a meteor. Oh! And Griffey beyond the fences calling his shot.
Man, that was definitely good. Angels in the outfield right now. Sato's trying to get back out of heaven.
He again.
Oh, little Eddie doing the work right here. 100 tons, 100 special, 6P, one of the best buttons Sato's got. Trying to continue to apply this pressure.
There it is again, the 6P. Now, oh, we just break the law. Just to run back into the scalpel. Reflex is getting tested.
Definitely a litmus test right here. And the meteors, uh-oh, help. Oh my, wow.
So smart. Like a couple of really cool things from Apology Man's gameplay in that round. We saw the double jump H. That was wild. Jump H one way into the jump H the other way. Really recognizing the distance that he was juggling his opponent at. And that is one of the scariest places to be. The meteors coming down, quick PRC into the throw before the block stun actually connects. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that's so, and the thing too is he probably felt comfortable behind the oppose. He's like, all right, I'm a little bit safe. He can't get me into a block string here. My oppose is going to help me out. Nope.
Yeah.
Scooped. Sorry, you're done. That's so hard. That's just such a visual mess going on. And if you haven't experienced it before, there's no way you protect that, bro. There's not a world.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and the oppose, like, it's gonna absorb all of the meteors, right? So yeah, he probably did feel a lot more safe than usual. But that is the one weakness of the oppose, is the fact that you can get thrown under it. So hopefully imperfection kind of keeps that in mind a little bit if he finds himself in that scenario. But it's such a rare place to find yourself, it is hard to react to it properly.
Oh, wow. And the luck of Apology Man so far has definitely been in his favor. Hammer time. Meteors and hammers all day, all right? Biceps big. That's what the meteor hammer throw. Oh, Trump again.
Look at this. And
This
yeah,
is
if I'm
such a
Apology
potent
Man,
combo.
yeah, and I really like just spamming item toss in this matchup as Faust. So if the Zato is gonna let you have this distance like that, I would definitely do it. But Bob, I don't know what's going on.
He had all his items. He had the hammer. He didn't have hammer. He had mini Faust. He had the trumpet. He had the bomb. There's too much. And right now, Imperfection is definitely getting overrun by the Mad Doctor that is Faust. Gets the burst, but not a really good punish off of it. And now getting another opportunity. How many trumpets has he gotten in this game?
Apology Man, I mean, he just is part of the band, bro. Oh, and now you're so worried about the bombs because you've eaten so many of them that you eat a throw instead.
Oh, again.
Scarecrow dodging.
Scarecrow. Now in the corner. No resources, really. No tension, but a big counter hit. You have to make it count. No.
Yeah, and he was a little bit far away, so he didn't get the drunkard shake cancel that he was looking for.
That was like almost 40%.
Third lowest health in the game, baby. Sorry. Sorry, fam.
Mambo number 5 right there. The Trump. He just kept calling it. And great stuff from Apology Man. Really overran Imperfection. And that's why it's really good to have a training partner that is a character specialist. Because when you run into someone who isn't, and not to say like Imperfection made this top 16, like very great play all the way through. But Jonathan already made it winner side top 8 in a pretty convincing fashion against another player who plays in Series E, who's Dawn at that caliber. So Apology Man having that experience, if you're not at that level, it's such a hard hill to climb because he just seemed to have all the answers and started to just get away with shenanigans, stealing his turn and having fun with the item tosses.
Yeah, most definitely. And man, poor Imperfection, he ate so many bombs. I saw him at one point try to hit the bomb with the 2P, but if it's actually all the way on the ground, Zato's 2P goes over it. It doesn't actually connect the bomb, so you have to use 2K. So that's just something to keep in mind because there's not a lot of Faustas out there, right? So you can see the little bit of the matchup inexperience showing itself there. But good stuff to Apology Man. He is done for today, as you said. Made it into top 8, our last participant. So we have our winner's side set is going to be Kizzy K versus Jonathan Sene, and then it's Symbolist versus Apology Man.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from all of our competitors so far. And the losers, we will be seeing them a little bit later today as we look at the loser side top 16 bracket. We're going to have Aaron DeMac and Reynolds coming up a little bit later. We're actually going to be moving on to Revilo versus Iku Shisu. And then on the other side of losers, you have YJK versus Abnormal Sense and SJ versus Clock for those just joining us. So Revilo is going to be playing the Gold Lewis, and Iku Shisu is going to be rocking the Ram with all Valentine. So all those people was like, where's Ram in top 8? We got one right here. And Ringe, we're going to break down exactly what these players have to say about the match. Tell me, sir.
What do they have to say indeed? Revilo up first in this behemoth typhoon. Gold Lewis places top 8. Ooh, calling his shot. That's what I like to see. Got his hands full, of course, with the Ramlethal on the other side. Let's see what Iku has to say in response.
Show me Iku. Very excited to play as a first-time tournament entry. You're telling me you entered ARCREVO America West qualifier. It's your first tournament. And you made top 16. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a dub in of itself with Ramlethal Valentine. You know, we have somebody on the East Coast who's currently visiting the West that says they're the best Ram. Shout out to Super Noon. But Iku Shisu's trying to be the best Ram on the West Coast right now. And out of this top 16, I think that's a pretty good placing so far. So, I don't know. I feel like Ram has a very good time controlling this matchup, especially with the length of her normals. And once she gets you in the corner, it's so hard to escape. A lot of her pressure is burst safe. It does so much damage. She has the reversal, so if she has 100% tension, she just gets out of jail for free. But for Gold Lewis, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah, Ram 100% runs the corner, right? If you're dealing on the block, some of that is going into Ram's pocket. That's just how she gets down. Revilo on the other side, the Gold Lewis, definitely with the big body, will be susceptible to that type of pressure, right? But I think like maybe a Thunderbird here and there can kind of give him some breathing room. Maybe he can get a good reversal super, kind of make Ram a little bit hesitant. Of course, he could just get the offense first and then make her pay, especially with that burst already gone.
Oh, Revilo, one interaction after the whip burst, and 60%'s already gone in this Behemoth Typhoon.
Oh my goodness, the Thunderbird is there with the 2K. Oh man. Yeah, and at Ram, with no burst available, you need 50% for your reversal super. She will get bullied.
That is
you're already here.
Oh no! The big fella, he's coming. Oh Lord.
Not many things more terrifying in this game, I'll tell you what.
Gold Lewis with full tension, but Ram is one of those terrifying things, especially when she has you forced into the corner. Let's see how this pressure continues to go. The swords have been returned, but the combo is dropped. YRC to get out, and the spin to win. Not able to escape.
Yeah, saving the meter for the YRC was successful. Tried to do that jump AH, however, Iku, in response to the VRC, getting the slow down. Big backdash here, though. Ooh, respecting it, no punish, though.
Nice.
Ooh. Unfortunate right there. Actually did jump block the YRC. Jump blocking the YRC is a little bit harder to punish than just ground blocking the YRC, but yeah, definitely a big opportunity missed.
Yeah, you have to make all those opportunities to count, especially when you're able to keep Ram in the corner as Gold Lewis. That's like a 60% combo waiting to happen. So Revilo losing that opportunity, but now getting the opportunity to let it rain down with fire. Let it blaze.
Really
not blocking this one.
He's trying to hard to bait out those supers, man. Not gonna have all the YRCs.
Going straight back to neutral, burst on burst. And, you know, Gold Lewis feels a little bit fine about that as long as he's not in the corner, because this is where Ramlethal will shine. Yep, use the windshield wiper, get that positive tension. And now this pressure becomes even more scary. You can go corner to corner anytime you want, and you have to FD all of this or you are done.
Oh, he's running out of tension at this point. Doesn't have any available. The 6H was there. Caught him maybe jumping or trying to move out. Either way, well done from Iku. Locking him up, keeping him in that corner. No parole.
No, you cannot escape misthrow, right? What's in the coffin? You don't have a warrant? You can't check? There's no aliens in here? You're locked up.
You need a warrant
right?
to search my coffin? Damn. That's pretty
You're
good.
on parole. I have full permissions. And you're like, please, no, stop. Miss Ramlethal Valentine, forgive me. I'm here to... I am the absolute Secretary of Defense. You've got nothing on me except this first win.
Yeah, that was real tough. After that stage transition and with the meter on Ram's side and the amount of health available for Gold Lewis, it was going to be tough. I think he was trying to like maybe snipe out, trying to get the Thunderbird out because it was already at security level 3. But with how fast Ram is and how long her range is, it's really hard to actually find that window of opportunity.
Ooh. Yeah, and Revilo not trying to let Ram get any momentum in this matchup, immediately bursting, but stuck in the worst position. You don't have that sword. You cannot use that now. It's my corner, and I need it now.
Yeah, trying to wait, trying to see if she's going to super or YRC or burst, and the super is successful. I like that, using the flip to get to the other side.
Yeah, so much chip damage, even though he hasn't been able to get the hits. Slowly cutting away at Ram's health, but now any far slash or heavy slash will definitely end Revilo's life for that round. Very good. Iku Shisu showing the power of Ram.
Ridiculous buffer at the start of the round from Gold Lewis right there.
Yeah.
Revilo already in the corner now. Thunderbird on top of him. Nice block in the overhead. Trying to frame trap him
This
up.
behemoth.
Not gonna bite.
So much damage, and you're dead.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
I'm gonna take you for a ride right there.
It is not easy to get out of that Gold Lewis pressure. Constantly being guard broken, no YRC available to your name. It's hard.
Uh-oh. Force to the corner one in this Behemoth Typhoon. Giant counter hits, but the backdash and vulnerability keeps him safe for just a little bit longer. Ikushisu fighting out of this corner against Gold Lewis, but the beam comes down. A beam and a dream, and it's gonna hit. Oh! Big fella is swanging.
Oh, Gold burst in your corner after that as well. You can see the jump cancel trying to bait the burst out immediately. Hold on to it for now, and baits out the reversal super. Really late PRC, and a Gold burst in response is huge. Revilo, oh, they actually punished it with the super.
That was pretty funny. That was so funny. Ikushizu's like, I could beat him before the beam comes. You should have waited.
Yeah, I don't know if he was like, I'll recover in time so it doesn't clip me, or if he maybe wanted to cancel into flip to try to like push further away from it or what, but either way, it didn't come out in time.
Was definitely looking like Star Trek for a second. Scotty was not there to beam him up.
No.
And Ikushisu is now having an even game, 1-1 on the board. Revilo said, Gold Lewis, Dickerson in top 8, trying to stay true to the quote. And Ikushisu, this is like this is their first tournament, and that's a
wild,
big,
man.
that's it. That's huge. Like, we had this actually happen in Dragon Ball recently, where it was Zane's first ever offline tournament, got top 4 for the event. So it's not unheard of in this day and age, especially with rollback netcode. So good stuff to Ikushisu for getting here, but Revilo has other ideas, getting the momentum at the beginning of this match.
Yeah, of course, Revilo, he's gonna have to win this match and the next one to make that top 8. This is losers round 1 action.
Ooh, burst immediately. Don't let Ram get any pressure. The Thunderbird comes out, but immediately fizzles.
I cannot believe that she actually got to him in time to make the Thunderbird go away. That was
quick.
bananas, bro. I mean, I think
Definitely.
third fastest run speed in the game, one of those, just ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, good block. You cannot get away with the wake-up supers. I've seen it once. The adaptation is real in Revilo. Feeling real good about that round, especially after you call somebody out on a reversal like that. You got to be feeling yourself.
Nice backdash trying to get to that optimal range. Ooh, and dodging that jump D was huge. Like, jump D is such an annoying button to deal with Gold Lewis. Gonna be able to break the wall. Back to that Ram, getting mid-screen. She's definitely gonna have the advantage. Positive bonus here. She can get real bully-like if she wants.
And now getting ultra bully, the super to finish it out right there. Very clean. Didn't even need to wait to try to go for the wall break. Just wanted to close it out, simple and clean. But now it's looking clean for the big fella.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Backdash gets clipped. A little bit more damage, but coming into the Behemoth Typhoon opens the door for a throw.
No swords.
Bruh. Wow.
And she still gets them back. You're kidding me.
Most effective swordless Ram fighting I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. Normally that's lights out once you see the Ram with no swords. But looking great. The armory is full. It wasn't a teabag, it was a buffer, I promise.
Already in the corner, you can see the positive bonus just building over and over again.
It's too much. Trying so hard.
Gonna have I got caught up. I was just looking at the meter, bro. I was just mesmerized by it, entranced. Seeing it
just keeps
constantly
going.
increase.
Like, how did she RC 3 times? It doesn't make sense. Just the ability to continue extending the pressure there, especially on Gold Lewis. Like, what's he gonna do? He can't jump out. He's way too big. And he just has to guess correctly every single time. And just ran out of patience. Still had tension. But now, it's looking good for Ikushisu. 2-1 lead over to Revilo. And when Revilo is getting in, it feels great to be Gold Lewis. But the moment, like, Ramlethal has just been able to answer the Thunderbird, like, we were both surprised. We're like, wow, she really beat that.
Dude, she sped over. I couldn't believe it. She booked it.
Speed
Like, yeah,
racer.
if you are not familiar with Gold Lewis or just checking out this game for the first time, that little drone does not go away when you hit Gold Lewis. It goes away if you're able to hit Gold Lewis when it's starting up. And like, she was fully across the screen.
Yeah, definitely was able to pull up incredibly fast. The run speed and the normals, the range of the normals, what Kizzy wanted. He didn't realize the consequences because they already exist in another character. What a one-up throw. Did you see that? That was like a A mini shimmy right there. Pulled up, stopped for a second, pulled up again. Was like, I'm testing you.
The old hesitation drive. I do that in NBA 2K all the time.
Exactly. He broke the ankles. We're looking like Kuroko's basket right now.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You don't even know.
Generation of miracles for Ikushisu.
Oh, that's how Ram really be approaching the matchup. It gets bored. She got to make her own goals.
Exactly.
For how much tension meter can I build off this positive bonus? Interrupting once again. You have the burst save combos. I don't know what that 6H was supposed to be, but either way.
One more touch. We'll get the job done, but full resources Gold Lewis.
Interesting.
With the beam afterwards, the super and the RC to keep it safe, but no! One more touch will do it. Oh, it's trying to stay alive, Rafilo.
Come on, man.
Ah, the cat. Bop, bop, you're out. My sword, you brought a gun to a sword fight?
Usually that
He
works
was
out,
magic
but
in
not
this
today.
world. Yeah, not today. That's right. That's right. I've seen Indiana Jones a few times. This did not turn out the way I expected. That was much larger than a scimitar, I'll say that.
Bro, that was a shame. I really liked the way Revilo played at the end too. Like he almost brought that back, but it's hard. It's hard to complete the mission up against Ram.
Definitely, Ram, one of the best players still in the game with the like, she's so fast. She's got great corner pressure, burst safe routes. Her normals are just fantastic. Sure, she has to spend 100 tension for a safe reversal, but I think that's a good price to pay. And you know, Ikushisu didn't have to pay that price today. Moves on, needs one more match to get onto the top 8. And in our next match, we're actually going to be having Aaron DeMack versus Reynolds. The winner will be fighting against Imperfection. Both of these players have a lot of experience against Zato, so it's going to be exciting to see exactly who gets to move on to fight Imperfection. And, you know, I never bet against Reynolds, all right? I will say that firmly. I've learned my lesson before when I bet against him. Never again. So, I'm sorry, Aaron. You're a good friend of mine.
So just to even out the commentator powers here, you know, we were talking about who we thought we were going to win the round 1 matches before we went live. And you gave me all your picks. I didn't give you any of my picks. I actually think Aaron's going to upset Reynolds right now. To balance out the commentator powers, you got Reynolds, I got Aaron. And we'll see, of course, Reynolds did go to losers from Elkman, right, who also played Soul. Aaron is a full-time Soul player now, so we could see. I think it was close between Elkman and Reynolds, if I was mistaken.
No,
so
it was 3-0.
No?
He got wiggity washed.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Yeah, I don't know how often Reynolds been playing and been grinding. He might be being caught a little bit asleep by the bad guy, man.
Ooh, yeah, I know. And the bad guy did get some adjustments, but still one of the best characters in the game. Has different routes, gets the same damage. New soul, same taste, is what it looks like. And Axelo is going to have a lot to fight for, but we're going to see what Reynolds how Reynolds feels about this match that he has coming up now. Thinking, what the? It's such a Reynolds.
Bro, you're an Evo champion, Reynolds. Can you make people feel decent about losing to you, bro? This dude Reynolds just says stuff like this and then laughs at you while he beats you, and it's like he makes you feel so dumb. It's like he's not one of the greatest fighting game players on the planet when he is, but he really makes you feel like he's not. Good stuff to Reynolds, as per usual. Let's see what the opponent has to say. My man Aaron DeMack. As long as it's not Jonathan, I will not lose. Unless. Who did he lose to in winners? Was that if it was Jonathan? That would be funny.
No. So the way his winner's path went is they're training partners, and he had to fight Dadpool before going to Kizzy. And Dadpool 3-0'd Aaron, and then Dadpool lost to Kizzy. And then in losers, Aaron 3-0'd Dadpool. So he had to take out. It was definitely like, I have to defeat you to power up my own soul bad guy. I'm sorry. In my Gunflame. It's the only way to get the empowered Gunflame.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see if
unlock
he
the
uses
Mangekyo.
the Mangekyo Gunblade. The Dragon install was the friends we made along the way.
Oh,
Is that the Dragon install was the friends we cooked along the way? Oh no.
Ooh.
We're gonna see if another friend gets cooked right now. Aaron DeMack versus
to be
Reynolds.
fair, the only time we get to see Dragon install from Soul in this game is Heavy Mob Cemetery. And I think Heavy Mob Cemetery is probably the best against Axel than any other character. So we might see it. We might.
If he does it, I will be so happy. So here's the thing about Aaron too. Fun fact. He told me if I get to top 16, I'm gonna show you some sick, nasty bombos. So that is what we need to expect. That is what he said. He's gonna show us the soul sauce.
Aaron is a scientist, man. He's definitely been in the lab a whole lot. And pretty much every question I've ever had asked, he has the answer for it. So I want to see if he can apply that knowledge effectively up against Reynolds, who is the exact opposite type of player. Plays almost completely on feel, wild style, tries to tilt his opponent, take advantage of the mental game. Ooh, just like that. Sneaking in the command throw, make you feel it.
Yeah, and that wasn't even any like mental stack that was developed. Just goes for the command grab the first time, and wow, what a confident run up, especially against Soul. But that change to the counter hit off the jump slash is huge for all Soul bad guys.
And yeah, he was in that sweet spot range for the clean hit Volcanic Viper. Reynolds not letting that happen.
Reynolds got different IDs. Oh, good call out. Did not want to get hit by the Axle Bomber. Huge gets the Kara Viper. Oh, Bombos, roll the boat, baby! Roll the boat!
Nice, it's the optimal stuff into the wall break, leaving Reynolds on life support, but that far S doing a good job. Aaron not quite building to that 50% tension yet. Reynolds, he backdash into the command throw. Oh my goodness, he didn't immediately cancel. He got the whip punish. Why do you do this, Reynolds? And then you drop the combo. I hate your guts, bro.
That's such a Reynolds way to lose the round. That's such a Reynolds way to lose the round.
He always does the sickest thing you've ever seen and then doesn't kill the person. I hate his guts. As a commentator, he's the worst player to commentate, bro. Like, he always gets you so hyped and then breaks your heart.
Like, I'm gonna raise you up just to let you down.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. We still got the rest of the match. He's got a couple more games to show us what's what. The Axle Bomber whip and gets called out. Double 5K makes the pain go away. Reynolds definitely getting pushed around by Aaron right now and by his own input errors. Oh, he tried to pull up again. Ugh, clean hit.
Don't put the camera back on us, please. Like, I can't even.
We've known this guy for years, and it never changes. It doesn't matter if it's KOF, when he played Nakali in Street Fighter.
I don't
Dragon
even want to
Ball.
talk about this, bro.
He'll do the most sick, nasty combo, about to win one of the best players in the world, and he's like, but wouldn't it be funny if I lost?
Dude, like, okay, so he gets the command grab, one vision. He's like, I'm gonna let the combo go, okay? He's like, I'm gonna make sure I get a combo off raw one vision, because that's something Reynolds will do 100%. Gets the wake up with punish with one vision and just doesn't do anything with it.
Just drops the ball. He's trying to go for double Axle Bomber.
Oh my goodness, I had like flashbacks to Cloud dropping his stone combo at Battle for the Stone. I know he claims that was intentional, but it still gave me flashbacks.
Yeah, definitely having flashbacks. Trying to get, I mean, okay, so something I really like about Aaron too, and it's what you said before about him being a lab monster. The consistency of his Kara DPs is out of this world.
Oh, so good.
Ooh, the pull-up?
Yeah, Aaron rarely leaves damage off the table. No backdash ready for Reynolds. That's having a meaty fast man. We saw Stealthy show that earlier. Ooh, that is punishable. Very much so.
At space, Benson Geki. All right, very good. And again, the jump slash is one of the best resources that Aaron's been able to use. Oh!
But it's unfortunate, yeah, you actually need to jump after the first hit, because if you air block the first hit, you can't get the punish.
Ooh, very good. Oh, but it's great. Confirm on the counter. It uses the RC anyways, just to show us that, hey, I had the meter. You were dead no matter what.
Nice, getting it again. What a conversion off that intense, successful throw bait. Reynolds biting it all.
Oh, man.
Oh, the wall slump. Great recognition from Aaron.
Aaron is just playing on a different level right now. Wow, Soul Bad Guy, definitely feeling the power of the friends we lost along the way, but the Lariato getting him. Backdashes this command grab.
Yeah, I thought Aaron was trying to send a message for a second. The backdash clipped. My goodness, Reynolds still in this one.
Yeah, and I feel like that adaptation is huge, because as soon as Reynolds started seeing Aaron begin to backdash the throw that he's been running up and using, he's catching him off guard.
Oh, wow.
And catching him with the normal, stuffing the startup with the backdash. So smart.
And I love the decisions from Reynolds to end that round. Like going into the helicopter follow-up off Renson, he hadn't shown that yet. The BRC next to him like that, usually people are going for throw, slowed down enough to get the 5K. Well done.
Yeah, really good adjustments from both sides so far. And Aaron just continuing to put this pressure on Fafnir. Oh, and the good block. That FD was huge. Still stuck in the pressure of the overheads. Ugh. I think you are dead. Fafnir does do enough. Doesn't even need the Tyrant Rave. 2-0 lead for Aaron. I think his quote's coming into fruition right now. If it's not Jonathan, it's no problem.
Dude, I mean, he is definitely so aware of all the scenarios, as you mentioned. He's very clean with his Kara DPs. We've seen multiple optimal combo follow-ups, conversions. Everything is looking crispy on the side of Aaron. And I was like so confused for a second because he was flexing. He was walking like Hook coming out on Rampage up in that corner. And I was like, what's going on here? But it was the wall slump. Very nice. Very nice.
Definitely, like any other soul, is like, I'm taking the wall break. Give me my tension. And he was just like, nah, I'm pulling up.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even realize it, right?
That's
Because
godlike.
yeah, you have to wall splat someone to get the wall slum on a move that doesn't make them airborne, right? So yeah, I didn't even realize the chaining of the punches keeping them grounded. Very smart. Usually Soul doesn't have a lot of slum setups.
Yeah, he did triple 5P to get that setup. That's wild. You have like that's a big brain Soul player right there, and that's something that you love to see because normally everybody else is like, haha, / go burr, and Aaron's like, well, what if I didn't go burr?
It's very smart.
Oh, and there it is.
But
Never mind, I lied.
I was gonna say when Reynolds has no chance, that's when he has the best chance, right? You can never really count a guy like him out.
Oh, 100%. The
Oh, what a
clash. Oh, but the bomb
Truly a Titanic clash.
Ooh, and the trade definitely not going Reynolds' favor right there.
And one round away from going on to a qualifying match potentially.
Okay, good stuff. And a revolver does connect on the second hit. Now stuck in the corner. Reynolds trying to fight out.
Even Aaron knowing that, he's just so aware of every optimal conversion he can get from every range. Look at this again. So clean. OTG trying to bait Reynolds out with that gold burst.
That was impeccable, and it's looking bad for Ray right now. No burst, no nothing, but big counter hit goes for the PRC, trying to bait out the burst. Feeling pretty good here so far. Gets the Rensengeki. And backdash on the command grab, and the jump row the boat straight on into the next round of losers. Reynolds going down 3-0 to another Soul bad guy. Was
Damn,
not
son.
prepared.
Tony
Wow.
Montana. 6-0 Reynolds in ARCREVO West. Oof.
Tony Tuesday showing up. That was...
No,
I can't... Jimmy Two Shoes, main character of the game, just came in and took down Evo Champ. You love to see it. The young gun, Aaron DeMac. Definitely earning it, too. Putting so much work into his soul. And, you know, during the beta was like, ye top Leo on the beta server. So this kid's no slouch. And he definitely showed it here. Now 1 game away from qualifying for that top 8 in loser's side. And beating Reynolds is no small feat. So he's going to have to fight against Imperfection in the next step. But we're going to be seeing that a little later. The rest of our losers, we have YJK and Abnormal Sense and SJ versus Clock. But that will be coming up shortly. And you know what's so great about Aaron is do you know what peripheral he uses?
Oh, I think I have an idea.
I think it's one of the best in the business because he sure is fighting for one. He plays on the hitbox and he wants that hitbox right there. Hitboxarcade.com/ARCREVO. The Guilty Gear hitbox. He's trying to take control of his own destiny. He was a pad player. He chews through pads. Good friend of ours makes a plethora of hitboxes, and he wants one of his own. And this is how he wants to take on as well. So he wants to take control of his own execution, his own gameplay. We've already seen how clean and crispy he is here. Imagine the execution levels he can reach with this stick. And
I
I
understand chewing through peripherals when you're playing the best fighting game of the year, according to the Game Awards. Guilty Gear Strive, once again, holding it down. You saw all the accolades, all the quotes of praise during the intro video. Great stuff said by the gamer, the hardcore gamer, the Game Awards, crowning Guilty Gear Strive as the amazing fighting game that it is. A big ups as per usual.
Yeah, and correcting myself once again, I was right the first time. Always trust your noggin, because we trust in Child's Play. Every single match on ARCREVO is donating $20 to the Child's Play Fund. So every single entrant is contributing to this in one way or another, and ARCREVO is doing such a fantastic thing, supporting this cause and supporting the community as a whole. Like, that's a way you want to stand up and represent your game in a great light. And another way to represent your game and represent your favorite characters is by picking up on Biken, the new character. Tell me about Biken, Rinch.
You know, I really have been having a good time fighting against this character. She's actually got a lot of cool tools. I haven't really played with her myself so much, but I want everyone out there to keep checking out Biken. I know a lot of you already are, and be one of those Biken players that I can be proud of, right? Don't be like the meme where I lift up your face and you have played the game for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Put some time in, learn the character. She's worth it. She's a lot of fun, and I see a lot of top players picking her up, so there's plenty of footage to check out as well.
Yeah, we're going to see even more top players at the ARCREVO America 2021 finals on March 19th, 2022, 11 a.m. World premiere trailers and announcements. I know that there's one more slot, one more silhouette. I don't know if it's going to be there, but that's my hunch. I have no idea who it's going to be. Like, I mean, announcements, world premieres, what better place than ARCREVO? You're not going to want to miss that stream, and you're not going to want to miss the highest level of American play for Guilty Gear Strive. And you're going to see even more high-level play coming up soon for the rest of our top 16 with Rinch and myself. So make sure you stay tuned. Right.
お頼み申す。お頼み申す。卒じながら冥府はいずこ。外道が笑えば民が泣く。諸行に拉致なき沙汰あれば魔道の始末を請負いたす。己は美郎の三品侍。指導死に花無料の所存。
There's no winning or losing, just knowing yourself. Fight! No one can give up on you. I get it. I wouldn't want to mess with me either. Say the word and I'll wake you the hell up. Gotta hand it to you. In the end, she believed in herself. I guess this isn't such a bad path to walk. Get up. If you're lost, you've got something to gain. You think too much. What do you got to think about anyway? My blade is your blade. I owe you a drink. You like sake, don't ya?
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world order. You, my tribe is my word. Your words will never let me disobey. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me.
The most important thing for me is drama.
desire speaks to you without compassion. Bursting and finally, a death path that never returned. I want the freedom of a call. An infinite storm of nothingness. The sky above the clouds and rainbows, the fate has a deeper word. I gave up hope, but I'm not going to be lost to my manifested hell. I'm gonna fall. Tranquility, slave domain. The car is not real, it's only my mind. Same old, bring it on down level. Same old, bring it on down level. Find out, conflict, sanity,
And welcome back to ARCREVO America, the West Edition. I am Wrench, holding it down with my man Jake Ryan. We've already had a fantastic top 16. We have our top 8 winner side already done, you know what I'm saying? But we are not done with our round 1 of losers top 16 yet. Of course, we're going to have coming up next, I believe it's going to be YJK versus Abnormal Sense. Looking at it right there. YJK in the bracket going to be our resident chip player. We'll see how he is able to put on for the village. While Abnormal Sense is going to be rocking the Giovanna. An interesting fact he provided us. He says he's technically a professional rock band player.
That's actually sick. Like, for someone who has, I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat has played Rock Band at some point. With how sick the music in Guilty Gear is, if you don't like guitar riffs and like sick drum fills, I don't know what's going on, because Daisuke's vision for music is pretty sick. So Abnormal, having that abnormal fact about himself, you know, I'm loving it. And Geo, the matchup is Abnormal is on Geo going against the Chip. And if we had to question how good the Geo is, if you've ever watched Breaker Dave was one of the best Geos on the West Coast and actually wasn't able to make it to top 16 because Abnormal double jeopardied him.
Ooh, the double jeopardy from Abnormal. So looking very dangerous on the Giovanna. That's good that you thought of the rock connection, because I always think of like the rhythm games and fighting game players, you know, that's also quite a connection. I know a lot of people like to just practice rhythm games to practice their execution and whatnot. So definitely going to be, I think, expecting a lot when it comes to Giovanna. I'm expecting him to have nice combos on deck, everything looking clean. And we'll see how he contains the chip, right? That is definitely going to be the tail of the tape. But let's see what the players have to think about it before we actually jump into the match itself.
All right.
I'm not sure which character my opponent uses, but should be fun, says YJK. So, you know what I'm saying? Just looking to stun on him with Chip. You don't got to worry about what the character is if you're the one doing the spinning, you know?
Definitely, after you get the knockdown on Chip, it doesn't matter what character. I'm playing my one-player game. Feels great. And let's see exactly how Abnormal feels about the matchup coming up. I'm very nervous. You love to see it. I mean, honesty is always great, so we love the honesty here from Abnormal Sense, getting into this one with Geo. And, you know, coming from that rock band background, it's funny because we actually have somebody from the SoCal scene who plays Guilty Gear on a Guitar Hero controller. Sorry, my cat's tail has definitely made a visit. So I feel like those two players should connect, because how do you translate that talent? Oh, you're a rock band champion? Let me show you how to use rock band to become a Guilty Gear champion. And we're going to see if we're able to do it now.
What if Lord Hosef Dong is actually this dude's senpai? What if he's the guy that's actually taught him how to play fighting games? You know, Lord Hosef is actually the one that plays on the Guitar Hero controller, for those that are unaware. Shout outs to the boy.
Yosuke, oh man. It's so funny. He changed his name for a tournament, and I ran into him offline, and I'm like, wait a minute. You're playing on a stick. Why are you playing on a stick? I know exactly who you are. And we're going to see exactly who these players are and who's able to move on to the next round of the losers bracket. And right now, YJK is putting on the chip pressure, but an immediate YRC from Abnormal doesn't want to stay in the corner there.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous of an instant air dash, considering YJK already shown a successful 6P. But the OTG caught you trying to wiggle out a little bit too quickly both times right there. You see, I'm not sure if YJK is just holding up or what, but that crouch S got him both times.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Geo. She can continue to smother you once you get to the corner, and you have to make a critical decision. Am I reversaling, or am I taking all this pressure? How am I going to escape? And Abnormal did not give YJK an opportunity to escape there. So, good stuff so far from the Geo, and a good counter. And look at the space that she's able to control and create. Great movement. It's like she's ice skating, bro. Colleen's in this game? That's crazy.
His life, bro. Oh my goodness. What a punish on the DP. OTG for the kill. Oh, ouch.
By the way, we barely finished 8 sentences and that first game's over. That's wild. That's wild, man. No wild throws needed, but that was with the quickness right there, I'll tell you. All right, that was a wonderful routine. That's a fast break and a half. Giovanna.
Real one pump chump of a round, to be quite honest. That was like, it's so fast. Man, Giovanna just deleted the chip. But that's what happens, right? Lowest health in the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the beginning, I know it was a giant meme at the beginning of the game, but it's like, hey, look at this chip TOD that you can only do on chip. Didn't even need that, but like, I definitely felt that sentiment from that first game. Like, Abnormal, that's how you feel? That's how you feel right now? You're the one who's very nervous. I don't understand.
Apparently not. I mean, he's got the blue aura around the name, right? He definitely looks comfortable in this environment. He's played plenty online.
Yeah, definitely. You got the red, blue, and the yellow aura. Abnormal looking great with the blue, but immediate wall break from YJK. Death by 1,000 cuts is in your future unless Abnormal is able to apply this pressure and keep YJK contained.
We're getting the damage output on Giovanna. Ridiculous. We see how much she does in so few hits. YJK still staying in control, though.
Nice. That was a mean cross-up right there. And now getting pushed to the corner once again. Great run-up throw. Pressure continues. Quick reset. Was trying to back up to stay away from the DP. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was smart from Abnormal, right? Not staying in DP range, so you can't RC it. Of course, you can't RC the whiff DP. So smart to back it up. Abnormal set, sneaking in the command throw. Gonna put her on death's door here. Gets the cross-up and one more again for the kill.
Yeah, it was J2K so good afterwards. Man.
Ooh, looking for that. That chip neutral, baby. The crouch S whiff cancel on the 2H. Oh my goodness, good block.
Yeah, you needed to charge. You needed to block that charge does. Yeah. No burst. You were about to say goodbye to your health bar.
I'll see up the overhead. Okay, quick with the wall splat. We're gonna go into the next stage. Oh, just try with the S. No whiff punishes from Abnormal though.
And I really like what Abnormal's doing here too. But I think it's going to respecting a little bit too much. YJK has not showed the reversal anymore after the first time, and it's not going to matter for this round getting the kill. But every single backdash forward on Oki, he's opting to backdash, and YJK is just getting a reset neutral for free. I feel like you have to show them you're willing to stay on top.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, the thing that's been YJK's kryptonite is this 2P OTG and a 2S. Like, he has been hit low every single time.
Definitely. Oh,
nice 6P. He's been really ready for the instant air dashes, though.
Yep. Ooh, nice. Caught Geo. Probably looking for a dash early. The command grab comes through. One of the best options, the alpha. And that was the same mix-up that came through before, but it is going to close it out. Good game on the board for YJK.
That is the chip neutral, right? The 2S whiff. Oh, I can whiff punish him. No, he can whiff cancel it for some reason. Gets the counter hit and gets the kill. That is happened countless times and will forever happen until that gets changed, which probably won't happen either.
Yeah, my whiff is my reward. Not a typical situation that you run into in fighting games. But maybe Chip just knows the smell of the game, because I don't. And he's definitely whiffing. He's definitely whiffing.
The designated whiffer.
Designated whiffer. Whiffers for winning. That is definitely WFW. That's his group. A band he's a part of. Dice Case Vision.
So yeah, it's just something you always got to be aware of when playing against that chip, man. Just because they whiff the 2S does not mean their sequence is done. 2H usually comes out, counter hits, gotta wait for that. Try to whiff punish it towards the end. Whoa! Trying to sneak in the dust again. This is so rude.
Yeah, the run up full charge dust, and it's like, don't you ever.
That was rude.
Don't you ever. All right, we ain't on the celestial floor. We're on we're higher. We're above that.
And that's top 16 actually.
Exactly.
So Abnormal Sense, he does have the meter though. Yeah, 50% tension, tries to go with the big flip kick. Gonna be able to RC and bait the burst. Oh my goodness.
Not able to kill just yet. Good block on the cross up, but the chase down on the BRC back. It's just so far. The forward.
Did you see?
horizontal
We got to
momentum.
see in slow motion how much that far S moves her forward. Like the dash of far S was ridiculous.
Yeah, she definitely has some mileage on that button, and Chip could not escape. He saw his life flash before his eyes in slow-mo. Definitely the slowdown you see in like Tekken. It's like the normal, it's gonna hit me, is it? It definitely did.
There's it. You see good stuff from Abnormal Sense, adjusting that time with punishing the 2H.
Very good. And now the continual pressure. The OTG isn't enough to kill here, but you have to utilize all your tension. The YRC comes out in the block. Wow.
Well done.
2-1 lead.
Yeah, to me it looks like YJK has a really good Chip offense, and once he gets started, it's definitely going to be tough for the Giovanna to kind of get her bearings back. But I mean, Abnormal Sense, once he's kind of not in that situation, he's really in control of the neutral. Obviously, her damage output is ridiculous. So I think a lot of the time, if he could just not let him flow chart, like not let the Chip flow chart into her space, then Abnormal Sense is going to take the set for sure.
Yeah, you just got to take his papers away. All right, that's Gio's like it's like the funny meme where somebody heckles you from the crowd and said your jokes are lame, and then you look and it has your exact flow chart. Chip's like, man, I really gotta adjust. That was my next joke. K Alpha was my next approach, man. You mean that's not gonna work? And I want to see that adjustment from YJK here, because right now it feels like Abnormal has figured it out. An immediate burst from YJK. That is not how you want to start, especially with how much you're bleeding now. Woo!
You know, I'd like to see maybe YJK risk a little bit more instant air dashes, been sticking to the ground, and Gio has been dominating that space.
Yeah, you can't
There we go.
afford to fight Gio on the ground, especially with how fast she is. Oh
Ooh,
no.
actually, Boston Gold Burst is huge. Look at the stage transition, positive bonus coming in hot, but still really anybody's game now that it's back to neutral.
Yeah, great
Blocks
blocks.
on the way, does
not
build the
gonna lose
RC.
Dark YJK.
Yeah, with that positive bonus and completing the full Rekka sequence, you actually build so much tension. So
Yeah,
even if you don't
with
have it to
tension-
start the Rekka sequence, you'll have it by the end of it.
Yeah, and that Rekka sequence, especially with the extra layer with the RC, is just so hard to block from Chip. Because if you guess once on the 50-50, you gotta guess again, and there it comes. Wow, what great defense.
And Normal Sense weather in the storm here, but DP's out. Ooh, we got a reversal too. Breakdance fighting.
I definitely love it. That's one of the best. She spins to win, baby. Not gonna be able to get. No, there could have been an OTG there. Not sure why it didn't come out. Now you have to deal with this tension on Chip.
Oh my goodness. Burst.
your
Are you
burst.
gonna keep it? Are you gonna guess? Of course. Goes right back to the hidden leaf command grab. Oh, YJK bet on it and bet correctly. Whew.
Trying to represent the hidden leaf pull up with that new hitbox. Join the Akatsuki, leave it all behind, you know? Very
In
good.
situations
2-2.
like that, it's so scary, right? Because like you have your burst available, but you don't want to like immediately burst. You want to wait to react to what they're doing to burst, so you just don't get it baited. But that's like a twofold bait on burst, because it doesn't make you block something, which a lot of people wait to burst to block first and then they burst. So you don't have to block something, and Chip disappears from the screen. So you don't actually see any type of animation that lets you kind of react with the burst itself.
Yeah.
He could have reacted to him disappearing, but that's hard.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult thing, and especially at this level, you cannot always make that a reality. It's when your opponent has so many different options, especially on Chip. It's got to be a great reaction, and Abnormal did not have it this time. YJK, though, immediately bursting in the beginning, and now you got to take this whole combo. Wow.
Bruh. Seeing Chip get deleted like that, never not funny. 2S as well, he was just trying to walk back.
Is he dead?
No walking here. I thought he might have been
Yeah.
living for now on a pixel.
Block. Can still make this comeback. It is by no means easy, but Chip can continue to do it. YRC, get off me. Any touch will do it. Yep. Tried to throw out the 2K there, gets clipped, and now it's set point for Abnormal.
Yeah, right now, abnormal. Ooh, trying to find control of the neutral. Immediate burst as well. Does put YJK in the corner, and man, that dash far S doing so much work. OTG, trying to sneak in that. Yeah, but you know, abnormal has been going into 2P OTG into 2S every time, and it would have worked again. YJK holding up in that scenario.
Oh, big counter hit though on the dash forward. Now YJK going to be able to get to the corner here and the wall break. Big positive tension bonus, and like you said, if he's able to get the pressure string coming here, the Rekka, he can go for the extension, but no, the YRC gives Geo the turn back, and now, oh, what a challenge!
Bro, that was so like a walk back close S. Hardly do you see that. Command throw once again to force a final round at normal sets, really saving those for the round enders, and they're paying off.
Yeah, you pulling it out when the tool is going to mean the most, and that's what we're liking to see. Big counter hit, but the immediate burst from Abnormal. Neither of these players will have burst for the rest of this round unless it goes the distance. But Chip doesn't have a big enough health pool to really make that a reality, and now he's going to be tasting pain. Hold these boots, looking like Red Foreman.
Oh
man, the foot.
All the way up to Kulo.
Nice block, Bonsai trying to get off. Wait, oh, the YRC is safe. Oh, huge counter hit.
And then again, right back to it. Oh. That has been YJK's kryptonite throughout the set. Look at that, the 2P OTG right into the 2S again. We saw Abnormal try to switch it up in the situation before that, right? He did 2P OTG and he tried to walk up Dust, and it just got jumped out of. So he goes back to what's been working time and time again, and it finished off the set. Well done.
Yeah, that was really good, and I really love the willingness to actually just stay in that range where it's like, okay, he can reversal. I have to just accept that and be okay with potentially eating it, because I've showed him that I blocked it twice now, gotten a huge counter hit punish. There's no way he does it the third time. Holds the pressure, ends up getting counter hit, and just falls apart in the end. Very good adjustment from Abnormal. Sadly, we're not going to see YJK play anymore for the rest of the tournament. Great showing regardless, but we've got even more matches to come up now. As we look at the bracket, your reward for winning that set, Abnormal, is to fight against Razor Dawn. So you thought you were done with the 50-50s coming from a character. Now you got to deal with the witch herself, Ino. But next we have SJ versus Clock. And SJ, again, another Gold Lewis. So in this Behemoth Typhoon, there is still potentially a top 8 Gold Lewis. But Clock, the lone Nago Ryuki in the bracket, has other ideas. And we're going to see how these players feel going into this matchup. SJ, I expected to perform well, but my matchup spread is sketch. Hoping to avoid apology, man. He's in winners. You don't have to worry about him right now.
True, right? He's definitely got a ways to go before he potentially has to fight Apology Man, but this is our Gold Lewis player, so, you know, Gold Lewis definitely can get bullied in certain matchups. In response, what does his opponent have to say? And this Clock, scared but excited. I think that's the proper attitude to come into not only a top 16 match, but a top 16 match against Gold Lewis, right? Definitely a very dangerous character to play against. High damage, can bully you offensively. Nagoriyuki doesn't have a run, right? He's a big fella himself, so he's very susceptible to getting clipped by the Behemoth Typhoons from certain angles. Yeah, it can be scary. I'm glad we got a Hoss fight, though, finally. We're going to have two meaty men slapping meat, and we haven't had the Hoss fight yet. There's no Potemkins at top 16, unfortunate. Shoutouts to Octo Pimp and not enough damage. They fell just a bit short.
Yeah, I mean, it really does happen, sadly. Rest in peace, not able to make it. But yeah, this is Gold Lewis versus Nago. It's like, man, it's old school WWE. You got the two big guns, Macho Man versus the Ultimate Warrior. They're just coming in chest to chest. Oh no!
Oh, it's the 80s. It's snowing in the back. They're 80s. Coming out yelling. Okay, I see it.
Exactly. I see it. And here's the thing that's really cool about this too. So this is the first Guilty Gear game for SJ, and then for Clock, it's their first tournament.
Wow.
First tournament. So two people, first tournament, and at first Guilty Gear. So the new age is here, and the new song, it's a disaster of passion in the snow. I will fall. I can't.
Oh man, it's not only snowing in the back, but it's snowing on the stage now. You're right. It is the WWF. Oh, already maxing out the blood. Who cares?
It's a suggestion, not a guide. All right.
Oh, it's the pirate style. It's more of a set of guidelines than rules or suggestions.
Yes, exactly. You may or may not follow them. And right now, hey, I think we have to ask Dawn about that move. Because he made a really good point about it earlier.
Yeah, that blood by right, 7 frames, all kinds of damage, draining the blood, allowing the Goriyuki to do whatever he wants.
Like I said, blood gauge is suggestion, not a rule set. And big counter hit, my goodness, SJ is fighting well for his first tournament. Now in the corner, in this Behemoth Typhoon, break the head. The dome piece that hurts, but now full meter Nago is terrifying. But the uh-oh.
That was wild. Ooh, they clash with the elbows, put that away. And now Clock survives the blood max and he gets to go ham once again, tries to get command throw, PRC to recover.
Yeah, definitely. Back to 2 blood meter, which gives him in this really good position. Actually dropped a little bit, but now has that space where he can just play back and Fukio forward. Is it going to be enough? No, the whiff again, but keeps it safe. It doesn't matter. Go. He did it again. What?
This Nagoriyuki is giving me anxiety. Holy smokes.
Bro, he's like, okay, so remember, belligerent like Nago's Beyblade, that is 0 or +2 on block with 14 frames. He's not only Beyblading, he just did double 6-2-3P.
Well,
double.
I know this.
He said
he might be the alpha Nagoriyuki player because all Nagoriyuki players, if they whiff a button, they have to press it again. This man is whiffing specials and doing them again. You feel me? Like one whiff command throw, we'll do that again.
Spin.
Best believe. I saw about 3 or 4 6Ps in a row. My man, you gotta watch out for this dude for sure.
I mean, if I've ever seen somebody instill their will, that's the definition of doing it, because he did it again. 2 6Ps. He's like, come here. This is my neutral. These are my streets.
It's not on me. We need someone to do some research. We gotta cure this disease. These Nagoriyukis, they won't press a button once if it whiffs. Oh, okay, never mind. He's good. He whiffed the 2H, not gonna press it again.
Very good punish on the wire. See, but now full meter gold Lewis. You're gonna see a different approach that we saw before from Revilo. SJ wants to close this out, has the life lead now, has all the resource.
Oh yeah, looking for that jump D. I definitely like that idea from the Nagoriyuki.
Right, Thunderbird Oki into the Behemoth Typhoon. So much chip. Any more will do it. You got it. 50. Oh, this is just so much. The coffin. Put him in a body bag.
Stuff.
He doesn't even have to hit you, man.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? Is that the guard break damage is so heavy. He could do more than half your life bar and just block stun.
Oh, jumps the command grab here, but the burst comes out and gets guard break. But now look at his health bar. No!
Yeah,
it's a blessing and a curse. I should have followed the rules.
Ooh, does get the close says. Caught him trying to jump out of the command grab. Clock had established that so heavily. I don't blame SJ.
Oh.
Put the whiff into the behemoth. You're in my playhouse now.
Yeah, get in this coffin, all right? We're sending you to the heavens. Extraterrestrial E.T. the 2nd edition is coming out this year in a theater near you. But
you better phone an ambulance, bro.
Exactly, better call an ambulance, all right? This is Close Encounters with the 4th kind. We don't even have the 3rd kind anymore. Oh, no. And definitely SJ feeling pretty good about that second game. You know, Clock a little playing a little too loose, a little too hot with that blood meter, because taking 60% off of a throw, and you know, Gold Lewis's throw animation is a little longer. Doesn't feel very good. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't feel very good. So you gotta have a little more restraint, or you gotta just go completely off the rails. It's one or the other.
And that's the thing about it being a whole tournament set, right? Is that he can go ham early and really condition SJ to expect that, and then perhaps put the brakes on. But right now, SJ, beautiful burst bait, has the man in the corner. It's going to be real rough to escape now. No burst, no mirror to wire. So you just got to hold all this. Thought you could take your turn, but that far is so quick, but doesn't actually break the wall.
Definitely had the kill there. Maybe a misinput from SJ. But the gun is out. Just guarded the whole thing. A little bit of chip does come out from there, though. Gold burst! Get him, Thunderbird. Doesn't even need it. Put him in the coffin. Looking great from SJ, but now no burst for either side. So even though you got the gold burst, I mean, you got the round. You got the round. Just take the round. Yeah.
Yeah, right here, you just gotta hope you don't get put on defense, right? So that doesn't come into play, and that's exactly what's happening so far. SJ, stomping on the toes. Clock just eating that damage. Yo, no fear showing his heart, though.
Yeah. the best defense is a great offense, and that's what we've seen SJ show here so far. Full meteor because of the positive tension. Tried to bring out the minigun. It does not connect, and now should be getting a wall break here from Clock. Blood is going to be a factor here soon, though.
Oh. Yeah, he going that. Oh, no. The 5K just barely missing there. Oh, reversal super. Going to catch the leg. Put that away. Nice job from SJ. Way to take the 2-1 lead off the super.
That was pretty good right there. All right. Knew that the chip was going to kill. So it's just like, you know what? Forget it. We're going in. And I really love that decision, especially with how willing Clock has been with his specials. You're expecting most likely Nago in that situation to want to Beyblade forward, or maybe even Fukio forward, because that's what he's been showing you the entire time. Forget it. If he blocks it, he dies. If he Fukio's in, he dies. What's the worst that can happen? I'm up around. Forget it. Let's go. And SJ now 1 game away from sending Clock home. Actually, no, you don't even have to go home because you're already at home. Sending Clock to turn off his monitor. So
back to the Celestial lobbies.
Yep, back to the Celestial realm I must go. My border needs me.
Now I gotta man the gates. Doing so much damage.
Oh, wow. Burst immediately comes out from the side of Clock, too. You cannot take that Behemoth Typhoon combo in the gap.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to bring out again. I'm not sure either way. The clone definitely going to delete everything in its wake. Ooh.
Nice. Behemoth Typhoon extension. How is he so agile? He's so big, but I can't do those handstands. Great jump. Block on the YRC. The spin to win, baby. Oh, man. Look at my Tony Hawk out here with the 720s.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I definitely tricked him with that last one too, faking out the overhead, going low. Well done from SJ.
Oh, brown star Behemoth Typhoon.
Yeah. You see trying to sneak in that 2P, trying to rub elbows with him, but not yet.
Nice, using the gun.
Great job on the Terminator gun, but wake up, super, get off me. It's huge for Clock. It's going to drain some of his blood as well. Give him a significant life lead. Also has some corner control if he wants it. He does. Fukio forward.
Yeah, and I'm expecting SJ. Yeah, SJ most likely looking for the command grab here. And the whiff grab here, but the burst gets baited out with the back Fukio. Good stuff from Clock. Now, no burst on the side of SJ for the rest of this match. You have to get yourself out of this precarious situation in the corner, and now Nago gets the party. He took a bite, and he's going to play all night.
You can see establishing the bite early. He's trying to catch him with these close S's, but he's like, if you're going to block, I'll bite you again.
Hey, Don, I got the footage for you. Upload it to Twitter.
Oh, it was too much blocks in that time. Didn't quite time it correctly. Still nonetheless, now exclamation
the risk.
point.
Oh!
Goodbye, son. It was nice knowing you. Even Gold Lewis, even a big body like him can't survive a wrist gauge cranked combo like that.
That risk was cranked to 11. All right, the amp is broken, and that was just it's too good.
The exclamation point counter hit Beyblade, like counter hit Beyblade without wrist is doing 90% to 100 on some characters. Like, so with the wrist cranked, there was no surviving that whatsoever.
Done. That's the thing. But like I said, Don, now you have a perfect clip for you when you go to the audience, the Arc System gods, and talk to Daisuke. Be like, Daisuke, I understand this is your vision. Maybe we should check it again. Because that was definitely... Yeah, you should bring it up. You're like, this is my offering. I will give you one May. I will give you one disaster of passion to listen to my cries today. And right now, SJ and Clock are trying to be in Daisuke's vision on the next side of this bracket. And in this Behemoth Typhoon, we may potentially see Nago fall. The last samurai getting a bite once again. He was about to burst, too. Ooh, yeah. Look at him go! He's Fukioing.
Oh, he's Fukioing all over him, brother. Oh, back to back with the blood bites. Give you hickeys on both sides of the neck, bro. Like, both sides. You can't hide that one.
He did Fukio forward, Fukio back, double Fukio forward, bite, Fukio forward, bite. Like, what? What?
Oh, we back at it again. Oh, the pop to knock him down in the corner. He didn't block the overhead. Oh, no conversion, though. Cuts the far S sequence shorts, puts the mask back on. We're going to get grimy. Bandito mode. Oh no, that wasn't even a combo. It just caught him flinching. Clock, cleaning SJ's clock to advance 3-2.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day, but today it was 3 times. As you saw, he was able to get 3 games there. The blood meter was just a suggestion as he was able to close that out incredibly convincingly at the end. Sadly, no more Gold Lewis in the bracket. We had 2, but that just shows the power of Nagoriyuki, because even though there was only 1, he still was moving on in the bracket. So, Don, I'm trying to make a case for you, okay? I'm looking like Mr. Phoenix right out here. We're going to go to the stand and say, objection! I believe this is what should happen. And then he's going to be like, what if I made the 623P 4 frames? 4 frames. And then you're going to look at Daisuke and be like, Daisuke's vision. Just like we have a vision of the rest of the bracket that we're going to see here today. Now in losers, everything is beginning to develop. We're coming to a crescendo. And before we get to the final act, the encore right now is Imperfection versus Aaron DeMac. So it's going to be Zato versus Soul here. And we saw what Aaron was able to do to Reynolds. And one of Aaron's training partners as well, it is Jonathan Tene. So Imperfection. You saw what one person with Zato experience is going to do. Are you going to lick your wounds, pick yourself up? How do you draw that?
That's what I wanted to bring up. Like, how unlucky can you be to be a Zato player? And you drew Jonathan Tene's 2 main trading partners, Apology Man and Aaron DeMac. And Jonathan Tene being one of the best Zatos in America. It's not going to be an easy task to overcome these guys that have so much experience.
I mean, with that kind of luck, I mean, it's bad luck on his end, but maybe you can reverse it. Go to Vegas, maybe. I mean, we'll see how the odds are in your favor afterwards. But let's see how Imperfection is able to deal with this, because before it was a Faust matchup, and there's not a lot of high-level Faust to really get that practice in.
True.
There's a whole garden of souls. All right, you could you could go buy 2, get 3 free. For some reason, they're giving you 3. I don't understand, but there's just so many, and you have to. But Aaron, being one of the best souls in the business, Imperfection cannot make any mistakes because Aaron knows all the gaps. And oh yes, I love that Aaron's first because he's putting on one of the best bangers in the soundtrack for Guilty Gear.
And Imperfection establishing the command throw early. See how Aaron responds to that going forward.
I love the wake of DP. Just the willingness to show, be like, I don't even care if you're way far away from me, half a screen, I'm doing it.
Yeah, a lot of the time, if Zatos try to do something from mid-screen command throw range, it's not real. So I like Aaron DeMac testing him with the DP. Imperfection just wasn't biting, though. And then a whiff burst as well. Wait a minute. Spent all this time talking about Aaron, but Imperfection looking to take this first round.
Ooh, that was cheeky, too. The fly gets the cross-up afterwards, and the 5 PPP, actually 2 PPP, and the Sharks are hungry. They're eating. Aaron loses the first round pretty convincingly for Imperfection, looking like it was perfection.
Yeah, Aaron looked a little antsy towards the end of that round. Kind of surprised with how much he was forcing the situation.
Yeah, definitely, and that may come to maybe a sense of overconfidence because of his experience in the matchup. You have to accept that Imperfection is going to play it differently. You cannot play it the way you played against Jonathan. You have to feel him out first.
Oh my goodness. Lots of damage. I don't know what you was trying to do, but those command throws are throw involved, so you want to wake up with that. Get tossed.
Definitely got tossed like a waste man right there. And I'm loving this usage of 2S from Aaron. He's getting a lot of pickups. Kara DP, super clean, as we said before. And he did a frame kill right there, too, with the double 2P to time his air dash properly. I love that from Aaron.
Yeah, he even faked the jump K at the end. Oh, Fafnir through. I believe that is an air hit, so taking the wall break instead of the slut.
Definitely nice. Cancels gets the jump, the landing recovery with the gun flame, but not able to really close the distance against Zato. Let's see, IRC, and great throw tech. Wow, Aaron aware.
Woo! Oh, the dash of Gold Burst. Wait, this is definitely a way back in. He was trying to bait out the YRC right there, but Aaron didn't give it to him. Speaking of YRC.
I think you're a prophet. It's like you know how this Zato character operates. That's wild. You should main him.
Yeah, and that's exactly what like Imperfection wanted, right? He got the Gold Burst. He saw that in an overwhelming situation like that, so many people are gonna YRC as soon as they have to block Eddie. But Aaron, so much Zato experience, he knows that Zato players love looking for that, and he gets a massive reward if you do block the YRC. So he waits. And on the other side, if you're Zato, that's your main defensive option. You have no invincible reverse, so if you don't have burst, you're looking to YRC the first moment you get. And of course, Aaron DeMac, always ready with that.
Yeah, Aaron with the intel, you know, in game and in character matchup, lets him come out on top there. And I know whenever I play against Zato, I'm like, I got a YRC, it gets rid of Eddie. And then they look at me and they're like, that's what I want you to think. And I get bodied. So Aaron definitely with the imposing his will on Imperfection and says you can't haphazardly use that option. But now getting mixturized in the corner, burst at the right moment, and sometimes it's hard to pick that window. What a 5P, not able to get the confirm with 6S. Rest in peace. First version would have hit, but it really be like that sometimes. Soul's still great.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Nice, wow.
Yeah, Imperfection fishing with the Drunkard Shade. Drunkard Shade is a good special to fish with because it's hard knockdown on trade.
Oh, nice block on the oppose right there, dealing with it excellently, but this is the second command grab that's been able to connect, gets the full Eddie gauge back too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Imperfection has been going for really early command throws and sandwich pressure, and not a lot of Zatos do that. So you can see Aaron is definitely used to Zatos extending that sequence a lot more. And throwing the Fafnir was hella impressive.
Yeah, that's I mean, if you time it correctly on Aaron's side, it does meaty, but did not get the timing appropriately, so gets punished accordingly. And Imperfection maybe down a game, but not out in any sense. But now this is where Soul likes to shine. Press that bar slash. No thoughts, head empty. But now getting pushed corner to corner, coast to coast. Nice backdash. Ooh.
Ooh, oh my goodness, Aaron betting correctly on the wing of a pose.
He got fuzzy.
That was rough, man, was still standing up when he was trying to crouch block.
Nice, and this is definitely going to be dead here with the dust extension. And the story of that round had to be Aaron's willingness to not stop holding forward. He got checked 3 times with the 5P, ran through the pose anyways, and said, I'm going to throw you whether you like it or not.
Yeah, man, that was nasty stuff. Imperfection has him in the corner, but yeah, no more Eddie meter. Aaron immediately challenging as soon as he sees it's gone.
And that's the thing that's really good, especially once you start having this auto experience. You're watching that Eddie meter like a hawk. You know when it's your turn to challenge and know the little gaps when they want to maybe try to squeeze out a unsummon or something like that. And you're dead! Wow, Aaron! Jesus!
2-0 as the Volcanic Viper does what it does best and deletes the remaining health bar of the opponent.
That was, yeah, that's definitely collect $200. You pass go, take your opponent's health, take their hearts. That's rough. Oh, you landed on the Boulevard? Oh, it's over. Give me all your money,
bro.
Yeah, my man got Boulevard, round 1. Soul is living pretty in the estates, all right? He's out there in Laguna, the hills. Like we're
the Calabasas.
Calabas, yeah, okay. He's got that great ocean look, that ocean view right there in his mansion.
He got a crib like the Guilty Gear lobbies.
I mean, you see the car that he drives? He has that kind of car? I mean, no, not even a car. That's actually Happy Chaos. He's that motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
My man is rich, and right now, look, Aaron's looking rich, especially after that Fafnir into the clean hit. You had to burst or you were dead.
We're trying to run in again just in case he summoned with the oppose, but got hit by the Piercer, the DP in response.
The tip of
and
the
this
Viper.
man plays against some Zato.
That was such awareness too, because he went for the M Viper. He went for the M Viper, right? And he knew that it was gonna hit the hurt box that Zato threw out. So now, 1 round away from winning the Zet in a convincing fashion. Aaron trying to play tomorrow.
And as you said, 1 round away. Ooh, rate 6P on that. Not gonna jump H for free. Got caught reaching. Ooh, class is in session right now, young man. Violent Raid! Straight through. We got the plus frames off the positive bonus. Oh, yes. Only 1 hit of the jump H into the low. Very sneaky stuff.
Has to be a little bit more sneaky right now. Imperfection. Look at that confident just walk forward. My man does not care, and my man does not care about it anymore. The teabag into the 6HS. Aaron, the back. Had to make it hurt, all right? He said, if it's not Jonathan, I'm not going to lose. And guess what? He said, he kept true to his word. He said, hey, nice Zato, but I play against the best. And now he's going to be playing against the other best in top 8 tomorrow. What a showing from Aaron to Mac. toxic through and through, the young man. How do you feel about that teabag, Ringe?
That was violence. That was violence, bro. That's all I gotta say about it. And I'm always a fan of choosing that. So,
man, always a fan of choosing to end on violence, and always a fan of choosing who we're going to see tomorrow in top 8. As you can see, Aaron moved on. We got 3 more matches coming up. Stealthy versus Ikushisu, Razor Dawn versus Abnormal Sense, and Elkman versus Clock. And all these players choosing to play today have done a fantastic job. And if you want to do a fantastic job in the future for your fighting games, you got to get your hand on the hitbox. Go to hitboxarcade.com/ARCREVO. 2 players in this bracket, the top 2, are going to win this hitbox. And if you want to take control, you can go ahead and go to that website now and get yourself one of them as well. You can see it in Ringe behind him, and I have mine in the back as well. What a great peripheral. And you want to get on top of it. And if you want to get even more into the action, what game should they be playing, Ringe?
Oh, that Guilty Gear Strive. You're watching it now. Maybe it's your first time. Maybe you're just browsing Twitch board on a Saturday night and you're trying to figure out what new game to check out. Well, look no further. Guilty Gear Strive, the winner of the best fighting game at the Game Awards, has everything you could possibly want. All kinds of characters with dope character expression, great netcode, ways to share and create your own combos that just got added to the game as well. Please check it out. And it's on sale pretty frequently as well.
Yeah, make sure you get it on sale, and make sure that you check the numbers of every single person who's been playing these ARCREVO brackets, because every single match is donating $20 to the Child's Play Foundation. So all these matches that you've been seeing, this is only the top 16. All the hype, all the culmination of games has been donating to a great cause, and it's going to be up to, I believe, $30,000 from Arc System. Oh, yeah. Arc System works in ARCREVO. So that's huge. And something that's so great about fighting games, we want to give back. We have such a great community, and it's always great to give back and support everything that makes fighting games so great. And something that makes this fighting game so great is a character called Baiken. I know that we've seen a lot of highlights of how this character has been getting comboed, but I know a move that's called Gyosansen, and it's really good if you Tiger Knee it. And she's got some really good confirms. She's got a great dust. So many wonderful things about this character. I could list them off for days. And if you want to be a great part of that character, put the time in. It's worth it. She's super fun. It's like when she uses her tether, they're not stuck in here with you. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. And you get to control the pace. So controlling the pace is a huge thing about this character. And it feels so good to counter people with her. So hopefully we get to see her sometime in the future. And where do you think players could show us some of the best Baiken in the world?
Oh, at the ARCREVO America Finals, baby. That's where I want to see Baiken come out to play. March 19, 2022, all starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right here on the Twitch channel you're watching right now, all powered by Esports Engine. So that's where the top 2 finalists of each of our qualifying events are going to meet to compete for that 30,000 USD, and it's going to be a hell of a time. I definitely suspect we're going to see a Baiken or 2 at the finals, probably by someone that's already qualified.
Yeah, Baiken definitely, as she continues to get developed, I think we're going to see a lot of players pick her up. I know that our resident Aaron DeMac, the one we just saw demonstrate pure violence on screen, wants to play Baiken. So imagine a tech monster like that picking up that character. That's something that could potentially be in our future. And, pretty soon, I know we only have 3 more matches for the night coming, but you need to make sure you stay tuned, because this decides the top 8. This decides all the high-level play that we're going to see tomorrow. Is Stealthy going to be able to make it after his Charge Dust Bonanza? Is it going to be I don't know, man. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Ringe?
Oh, man. I mean, whatever is going to happen, it's going to be everybody giving their absolute best, right? Fighting tooth and nail, because this is their last chance. This is loser's bracket. All of these matches that are going to be remaining are going to be for top 8 qualifying spots. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
お頼み申すお頼み申す卒じながら冥府はいずこ下道が笑えば民が泣く諸行に拉致なき沙汰あれば魔道の始末を請負いいたす己は微老の三品侍指導死に花無料の所存
less you know of yourself. Fight! No one can give up on you. I get it. I wouldn't want to mess with me either. Say the word and I'll wake you the hell up. Gotta hand it to you. In the end, she believed in herself. I guess this isn't such a bad path to walk. Get up. If you're lost, you've got something to gain. You think too much. What do you got to think about anyway? My blade is your blade. I owe you a drink. You like sake, don't ya?
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world after you. My tribe is my word. Your words will never let me disobey. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me.
There's no way you'll believe me when I say this, but I'm really hoping you guys win. Because I'd like to see you again.
It took me 10 years to find the answer to something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
I don't care about winning. I'm just here for the pleasure, not the fights. The beauty is, this world is a broad, colorful carpet. But if you pull a single thread from beneath your feet and start to unravel it, you realize in the end that the carpet's just made of one long thread. That thread's is necessity. Everything is connected. One may witness an unfathomable sight and call it a miracle, but that's a misnomer. It's all cause and effect, and you should never mistake necessity for fate. Humans have the freedom of choice. Come play with me again.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world after you. My tribe is my word. Your words will never let me disobey. Gambling's only for fools. Take nothing for granted. If you don't seize the chance, it's over for you. Life never goes the way you want. That's how it is. No matter what happens, face it all head on. Whoa, fight like a tiger. Walk in the park. Play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky. Be free till you die. Life is a cloud swimming against the harshest wave. The moment.
5 players have been decided in our top 8 so far, and we have 3 more to be determined. I'm Jake Ryan with Ringe on the action once again. Tale as old as time, from SoCal to your hearts. Ringe, how do you feel about these last 3 matches? Show us the bracket.
Oh man, yeah, I need to take a second look at these bad boys. Stealthy versus Iku Shisu, Dawn versus Abnormal Sense, Elkman versus Clock. It's definitely going to be barn burners from top to bottom. We got some players that are new to the tournament scene, new to the fighting game community, trying to battle it out for a top 8 in some of their first ever appearances. We got Stealthy coming off that amazing performance at Frosty, trying to establish himself a bit, get another top 8. Having to face Aaron, either way, is going to be tough for Stealthy or Iku. And then Dawn, right, definitely one of the favorites, I think, to make it into top 8, having such great performances at Series E, representing Razor, doing the thing with the Eno. But Abnormal Sense has proven that he is a quality Giovanna player, took down YJK 3-2, was no easy feat in doing so he should be hardened for this match. And yeah, Oakman has had the unfortunate spot of losing the first game and then waiting till the very end to play again. We'll see if he's been staying warm up against Clock and then Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, very good stuff from all the players so far. And with our next match, it's Stealthy on the Axle versus Ikushisu, who we saw on the Ramlethal earlier today. And it's really hard for these players on the loser side of the bracket playing against the SoCal bunch, because Stealthy, one of his training partners as well, it's the whole crew. So Stealthy, Aaron, Jonathan, and Apology Man, we all play together, right? Dadpool as well. Dadpool sadly didn't get top 16 this time, but Dadpool's 2 characters are Jacko and Ramlethal.
Yeah.
So I feel for these players outside of the typical, like, the WNF circle crew, because this is, it's like, hey, yeah, I want to play against this. Well, we have a character specialist that we practice against. It's like, how do you avoid it? And now we're going to see exactly how Ikushisu deals with it. Stealthy changed his name to JS, my beloved.
My beloved.
There it is. There it is.
That is an all-important tool for Axel. Of course, you're able to get into that close range within him. He'll have a bit of a dead zone where it can whiff, but anything outside of that, it's going to be a tough button to deal with. Can 6P, but you got to be looking for it. Not easy to react to whatsoever.
And so far, Ikushisu has just been getting chipped away from Stealthy, and now the sword pressure is going to begin in the corner, but Stealthy able to wiggle out just a little bit, but no, gonna go ahead and pick up the sword, goes for a quick reset, not able to get the connection, gets the second jump H. Ooh, here we go, Dust quickly, dead.
Really smart. Yeah, unfortunately for Stealthy, with that explosion it does immediately wall splatting him, no option for a burst. Ooh, back to the original side, clipping him. You can see this, and I mean, 6 seconds in, Stealthy's taking about 60% of the health bar. That's exactly where you want to be as Axel. One sword, not to Ram's name.
Oh yeah, but got the sword back now. Bursted immediately to keep the second sword off of her. And the thing is, even with that 60% health lead, we saw this happen the last game, but the Fuzzy, wow, I think he made a mistake there. Good challenge from Ikushisu.
Yeah, definitely real good. Has the corner as well. PRC. Ooh. Oh, try to sneak in that throw before the blocks that happen or something.
Caught with the tip of the burst, and now if you lose this round, you're not going to have burst for the next one, so Stealthy will trying their best to close this out, but the Rekka series continues to connect. Look for the throw, there it is!
Oh, yeah, that throw cost him that time. I think the throw tip before was just supposed to be dash 5D, but he might have manually dashed and got like a direction.
Definitely a common occurrence, and now Stealthy, again, establishing that early lead. Let's see how he's able to maintain it this time. The just guards are fantastic from Ikushisu so far, but again, there it is. Perfect. Not really getting too much off of it, though. Good trade, stops the sword from popping.
Yeah, you can tell Iku was kind of like getting these instant blocks because they're reacting to the Axel options at the last second rather than intentionally trying to instant block these moves because they're not immediately taking advantage afterwards.
Yeah. It's like another layer of the escape button. Oh!
My goodness, from the rafters after the TK Bomber PRC to escape the corner.
Definitely from the top rope, Stealthy getting the first game on the board. That's how that felt. He tried to use the escape button. He used the escape button, which definitely became like an eject into violence because Ikushisu was like, what is he doing? And he backdashed into the falling H. Like, what? He probably was like, what is this guy doing? And he's like, it's not my escape. It's your escape into hell. And then now he got the game, so very good. Wow,
yeah.
that was actually hilarious.
I saw the PRC at the end, or like not the PRC, but whatever Iku tried to do, he did some type of Roman cancel. And I guess it just wasn't at 6P. I'm not sure what option they chose, but rough because that jump H it can hit real deep in a hitbox, or her box, I should say.
Right, that was a hard in the paint jump H right there, and Stealthy feeling really good. Like we said before, his original name was Stealthy Ninja Man. He's got that, even though he rolled a 1, it's a 15 in my book.
I forgot what that's called. I'm not looking up. Will the PRC? keeping the pressure up right now. Has him in the corner.
Nice
Oh,
grab
back in
again.
the throws.
On top, going ahead and getting the throw in there. Oh, but gold burst. Uh-oh. Party time right here. Still stuck in the corner, though. So it's my party, not yours.
Oh, and you hate to see it. Stealthy dying with 100% tension. Oof. But good stuff from Iku. He was doing a real great job not committing to anything super heavy. So it was real hard for Stealthy to get in, like, a read on when to super or YRC or anything.
I really like that from Iku so far. Nice rainwater to reset the distance, and the Rinsen gets the connection, and a throw from Axel. You're not expecting it from the zoner. He's starting to rush you down. Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Yo, what?
I can't bear with it.
Yeah, he has like this weird timing on this second jump H that's been messing up a lot of people.
And that's the thing that makes Stealthy unique. He changes up his timing, his approach pretty well. And if you're not ready to adapt quickly, then he will start to run over you. Just like Ram can run over once he has these resources. The positive tension, but the up sword is not good enough to catch him. Another throw. Stealthy is going to start the pressure session. Oppression session. Rainwater. It's a rainy day, all right? Oh, no. Yep, burst immediately. You had to.
And she's trying to live, trying to hold on to this hard, but it's not looking easy. Ooh, this I see that gold burst. Gold burst does backdash the command grab.
But you lost your sword for this now. Nice PRC, but again, such a good jump in, but not able to finish.
He had
How you gonna
to
escape
the
this
PRC forward. Beautiful response right there from Iku. PRCing the PRC, getting out of that jump H hitbox range, and then 6P into just in case some funky stuff happened. Very nice.
And I think the smart part about that too is he waited for Stealthy to commit to a button to do the second PRC, and maybe it's just anticipation because you know your opponent is trying to get that last hit. But as soon as he was stuck in that animation, he's like, "All right, cool, it's a wrap. Thank you for giving me the round." Ikushisu, even though it's one of their first tournaments, like still showing up strong against Stealthy, who just placed at a major, Frosty Fausting, so no slouch in of himself. So Ikushisu this would be a huge win for them.
Yeah, it's so important, man. If you have the 50% tension available and your opponent R sees you and slows you down, I mean, most of the time, the best option is to do it in response to the same thing. So great stuff from Iku right there.
Yeah, no California roll. We both got to stop for this stop sign. Like, that's how it feels right there. Don't you?
Exactly.
We both got to follow the rules.
We're on probation.
Right now.
No tickets could be afforded.
No ticket. Yeah, we don't have the money for that right now, but we definitely have the money for this meter and this extension as Ram is continuing to push to the corner. Doesn't even have to spend any attention yet, but the throw in between. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, the instant block on the Rekka's right there. If she's actually in range to get thrown, there's nothing she could do. The gap between the Rekkas is long enough to actually throw them in between. So great stuff from Stealthy right there.
Yeah, and that's awareness. That's the matchup knowledge you need to be successful here, because you can't let Ram get away with her crimes, okay?
Yeah, she can like immediately commit to flip, I believe, and they dodge the throw that way. But yeah, it's very difficult.
That's another layer.
Yeah.
Oh, and right now the layers are coming undone. The block, and yes, we are going to do triple. No, not triple axle bomber. I wanted to see it.
I love seeing that instant block on the burst, though. Stealthy in control of this set now. Late PRC, but didn't even drift forward, so not much of an advantage afterwards.
Nah, and it's just too much of a mountain to climb right there for Ikushisu. Stealthy, like you said, in complete control after that IV on the burst. Just so hard to come back at that pixel, especially with the nature of the character in Axel. Like, even if you get him into the corner, 1-5K, one 5P trade, and you're dead. And definitely felt comfortable there for Stealthy. So 2-1 lead. I think it's not an unexpected result, but Ikushisu can still even this up.
Oh, yeah, 100%, right? Iku just needs to get their bearings a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable in this matchup as well. I mean, Stealthy is a very strong Axel player. Axel, there's a decent amount of them, but not super represented. So in this environment, a tournament against this caliber of Axel, you know, I'm sure Iku is thankful that it's 3 out of 5 right now. So he has 2 games of intel to try to figure out a game plan that could lead him to some success.
Yeah, like you said, the most Axels you think of is like Remy Celeste, then you have Flash Metroid, who now went to Kai, and then Stealthy. Just 3 to name.
Yeah, and even
like,
go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I would say even online, there's not a lot that you can just run into, right? There's a decent amount, but it's not like they're just filled to the brim in any of the floors.
Exactly. You got to go searching for him, and right now Stealthy is searching for the win, gets the burst out of Ikashisu, but stuck in the corner once again, but no swords on Ram immediately. That was such a good Daro. Wow.
Super strong now.
Give me
Stealthy
out.
didn't
No
have the PRC. Yeah, got punished on the landing. Ooh, there's the instant block again.
Consistency from this child.
So
My bad.
good,
No,
man.
he's a boomer. He's a boomer. He's been around for years.
Oh yeah, dodging the 5P. She can run up under it.
Swords are back
Some
now,
decent
so
distance.
feeling in a much more comfortable position. Oh, and that's why the swords are such an important factor of this match. Stealthy got a little too greedy with the rinsings.
Now Stealthy once again having that full screen game that he's been looking for consistently. The jump S, my beloved, coming through, but a Daro in response. Wow, that was quite the decision from Iku, but a perfect one, honestly. Moves her forward very quickly, kind of low profiles a bit. A hard call out on the jump S, and then reading that jump as well, but Stealthy in response. Get off me. Doesn't like this aggression coming out from Iku.
Talking about hard callouts, Stealthy definitely not new to making those decisions, especially with his round start Axle Bombers and 5Ds. So you love to see it in that jump in H, and the block on the burst. Read you like a book. That's how I go to tournaments. Haven't you heard?
Stealthy. Now here 1 round away from qualifying in top 8. Trying to follow up this performance. That happened earlier too. He responded with that high sword toss with a 2H. Great stuff from Iku, counter hitting it.
Yeah, wonderful stuff from Iku. Goes for the PRC right there. Afterwards, the Rekka into the windshield wiper. Going to get that positive tension. Burst still won't be available for most of this round. The Rainwater gets called out with Daro.
That's sick. Okay, that is a cool piece of tech right there. So no canceling into Rainwater from there, right? Because the Daro was just completely deleted. We've seen that a couple of times now.
Yeah, very good. And usage of the Daro, you don't see a lot of Rams use it after the changes to Rekkas. Like the Rekkas got buffed, and you typically will rely on the Rekkas more so with the changes. But 2 times the Daro just came out and was such an impactful move. Big counter hits that really sealed out the rounds against Stealthy. So Stealthy to the ropes right here. Like I said, even though it was a 2-1 lead, it was nowhere near over. And Ikushisu showing us why they are not a player to sleep on, especially with how new they are to the scene. Like, it's their first tournament. First tournament, bro. That is wild.
You
You can't say you did that. There's no way. We all went 0-2. Maybe we got 1, but it was to this player called DQ. Not sure. He's everywhere, man.
Just like Venkat. Venkat and DQ are always taking the titles for themselves. But right now, Stealthy pushing Iku back to the full screen. Yeah, again, the counter hit. Trying to sneak that 2H in there once he sees the high sword toss, but it's all been kind of a bait.
Yeah, nice. But the burst comes out from Stealthy here. Very good decision. Cannot afford it, but continues to get punished from the IDS there.
And I love that approach from Iku right though. Those 2Ks just in case. Stealthy immediately try to YRC. Everything away. YRCing up to avoid the throw. Are you serious? That was a ridiculously good decision, but no. It looked like he wasn't actually in throw range that time. He canceled in the sword. That was unfortunate. He did go for the instant block on that second Rekka, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. And now Stealthy, the one who's pushed to match point. Ikashisu looking really good, but now Stealthy feels like he's making all the right decisions. Gets the sweep right there. Benson comes in. You got to be more wary of the IEDs, but now Stealthy is starting to run away with this round. Feeling good, and you know, this is big because he's building back the burst for the next round where it should be even Stevens, but now the Rekkas continue and the corner pressure is imminent. Stealthy.
Yeah, and Iku got in. This all started with finding that dead zone up against the jump S, the jump H after the double jump though. Stealthy has a burst.
He does. That's scary. You have, well, of course you have to win this round or else you're out.
Can stay alive here. The train, not enough to put Ramathon on the ground. Oh no! That had to be an execution error of some type, I imagine. Iku now not gonna have the burst available for this last round.
I said we were gonna be even Stevens, but I didn't expect it to be this way. A good
And then
punish on
you
the
see-
Taro.
Yeah, you see right there, Stealthy didn't cancel it into the rainwater. That's what Iku was looking for that time. Great adjustment, getting the punishes.
That's the caliber of a player Stealthy is. He's got the 6 years of experience. Zoomer, I'm a boomer and I'm ready, all right? Guilty Gear ready to go. But still, anybody's game. Ikushisu continuing to fight back. Stealthy trying to find the answer. The IADS was probably looking for the rents, and Stealthy trying to escape. Escape button. Get me out of here. Ejection. Ejection from the field. It's a red card. He might be dead.
No, the drop. Let's actually get the wall splat. Still anybody's game here. Actually, FD's him away so he didn't get in range of the dust. 2H counter hit, no follow up.
Oh, sure. Sword with the PRC forward. Stealth. He has burst again. This is so tense.
The jump S, my beloved. Finally.
Oh, the burst! And you're done!
Immediately spins it. Oh no, Stealthy. Taking it to go in the top 8. Well done from the Foundling.
Ooh, the Foundling, the young man is now the old FGC head right there. It's so funny to say that. When you start when you're 11 years old, man. I mean, that's the story of Super Noon. That's the story of Stealthy now. That was so close. Good stuff to Ikushi Supers for their first tournament. Almost getting a top 8 berth for the West Coast ARCREVO. That's super hard to do. Like, shout outs to you, Ikushisu.
Yeah, it really felt like just the tournament nerves of it being the first time got to them at the end, right? Like they were like, oh, I got my burst back. After the way the burst happened in the previous round, they're like, oh shit, I actually get another chance. And then, you know, it ends up not working out effectively anyway, just because you kind of rely on that. And to be fair, Axel does have a lot of extended hurt boxes because of the normals and whatnot. So sometimes he'll get clipped by a burst even from that far, but didn't work out. Definitely felt a little bit of like an emotional burst, a little bit of nervousness. But an incredible showing for the first tournament, as you said. I hope we get to see more Iku in the future.
Yeah, definitely a classic Cali burst. I mean, for your first tournament, everybody gets one, and Ikushi's
man is from California. He is from California.
And he's from California, so that's a Cali burst right there. Okay, it has its name for a reason, and Stealthy has gotten that title and that powerful name for a reason. Moving on to top 8 for tomorrow. So fantastic showing. Gonna have to go against training partner Aaron DeMac, so they're probably happy in Discord right now, popping off. And you know what's funny? If Ikushisu would have hit Stealthy with that charge dust, it would have been it would have been karma coming full circle. It would have been the funniest thing I've ever seen. Sadly, it didn't happen. Like, I'm happy Stealthy won, but that would have been a Twitter clip. That would have been the Twitter clip he was trying to avoid.
Definitely would have came back full circle right there. Good stuff to Stealthy. Moving on to top 8. Next up, we got DON, aka Dawn, on the Eno. Gets Abnormal Sense on the Giovanna, of course, Dawn. Falling to Jonathan Tene in the winner's bracket, looking to exact some revenge. However, Abnormal squeaking out that setup against YJK. That was a very dangerous, volatile set. Giovanna and Chip, high-paced action. We'll see how he brings that type of gameplay into this set here.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see because Abnormal definitely was put against the ropes and was able to make the comeback there against YJK because YJK started getting that momentum, and Abnormal said, no, I'm shutting it down. I'm controlling your DPs. You are not going to be able to play your flowchart game of K Alpha Leaf Throw. Get out of my village. I am the Hokage. Now, but Razor Dawn's got some thin margins, okay? He gets that clean cut. Shout outs to Razor.
And you know, I never see this matchup, bro.
No, I don't see it often either. I think the only time I've seen this matchup is actually Breaker Dave versus a player that we have. His name's Avian, or Avian, yeah. And it's Eno versus Geo. So if Eno gets going, it's pretty hard for Geo, but it's the same thing. Like, she has a couple of good options to deal with the air dash. Obviously, her DP is fantastic in this situation. Plus, Eno can't really escape this Geo pressure without the 50% tension or her burst.
Yeah, I gotta imagine. Oh, nice block. Yeah, Abnormal Sense has been trying to sneak in these charged dusters, but they haven't worked out yet. One of the best 6Ps in the game. You can see rearing his head nice and early. You know, now in control of the offense. No burst available, no meter for Abnormal Sense. Dawn here just doing what he wants, catches her low, and that's that.
Super to get finished. Yep. Didn't even have to go for the wall crumple. Goes for the super to get the round, and yeah, that's something that Abnormal has been going for typically, and like it is something that hits a lot of people who play online, the full charge dust. But once you get to this higher echelon of player, it's a lot less that you'll see it. And right now, Abnormal is showing us a different side of this approach where the offense is just continuing to work. Double stroke into the pressure though, and a great YRC. I want to keep taking my turn.
Yeah, I kind of like the defense in the corner from Dawn right there. Really just trying to FD her out of range, and then 6P. Nice job canceling in a stroke to bait that burst.
Yeah, wonderful stuff so far. No burst for you, and now this is all pain. What a mix. It's a 50-50 wrench. Oh, no.
Ness did not guess correctly.
Yeah, that was a messy guessy right there. And sometimes when you have to guess, you don't always guess right on the coin flip. It's quite difficult. I promise you. 50% of the time, you'll get it wrong 100% of the time. And right there, Don definitely looking like he was on top, because there was no favors getting delivered in that match on this day of Eno's mix-up.
Yeah,
No
a day
favors.
that I never actually want to observe. If we can skip that, if I could just sleep through that day, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
and
and
right
her
now,
mix-up game is like one of the things I think it makes me the most salty in Strive. Just having to sit there and guess over and over again, especially with the wall slump. I'm like, bruh, they put wall break in this game, so I didn't have to deal with this, and she just bypasses it.
I mean,
was
at
cool.
least Abnormal Sense gets to reflect on themselves after that game, because the Sixth Sense does let you see dead people, and they definitely were down on the ground and down and out for that game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Abnormal Sense. You made it too easy, just like Don is making it too easy at the beginning of this round to get open.
Man's had a heart
pushed
to
to the
heart
border
with his astral self.
with Bruce Willis. Oh man, what a good burst, stopping the Eno pressure right now and keeping her in the corner. That's huge. And again, we talked about how far that normal goes at the beginning, and we're seeing it once again. You're dead!
Dash far ass is true. Full screen. Might as well be.
Definitely is. Full screen normal, full screen lariato. Nice, but now full screen chemical loves. Feel the music, baby.
Yeah, just backing up after the S stroke, right? Respecting the fact that it was negative. A noble sense now. Ooh, doing the same. It said instant airbag dashing, avoiding the stroke. Not actually the far ass hit that he was looking for.
Nice, but the throw afterwards with the quick movements. Geo with the quickness, but wonderful defense so far. And wow, what a speed. No, not a speed. Oh, wow.
6Ps all day, every day. Gotta keep them on deck as, you know, I like that back dash. Trying to get that optimal space. Looking for a lot of strokes here.
And the thing that's
Man,
hard about
but
this too is Geo's in the negative right now and finally gets rid of that tension.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a lot
Still?
of warnings. It's definitely being a little bit mean to Geo right now. Oh, and then the breakdance fighting once again with the wall break will be enough damage. Tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was funny
that looked
because
really
she got like
unfortunate.
the danger without actually running away from Eno, because they were just like switching sides constantly. So because of that, there was a lot of backdashes that weren't actually getting her space. But yeah, it's a little funky in
rough.
this game.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, because it wasn't like it wasn't like Geo wasn't trying to approach. It was definitely a
Yeah.
situation where, why am I still in negative tension? This is ridiculous. We just keep changing sides. Maybe it was Dawn's strategy all along. It did not pay off for that round, as we got 1-1 on the board. And this is great so far, going back and forth, especially against a Series E player in that of Dawn. Getting a game off Jonathan as well, who's sitting in winner's side. So no slouch on either side.
Yeah, Normal Sense should be very proud of what they've already accomplished, considering how new they are to fighting games and the tournament scene. But you know they want more. Everybody in the competitor in us always wants more, so we'll see. Don already trying to get that top 8 berth himself. Has Giovanna in the corner. Wall slump city. Yes, sir. Ooh, I was wondering, the RC into the wall break might have killed, but Don not going to try it.
Yeah, not going
Instead,
to
the
try
Psycho
it.
Crusher.
Psycho Crusher gets the game anyways, so you know, potentially could have got it. What a round start. And now Dawn is just putting on the pressure, the chase down on the backdash, as you cannot escape big counter hits, but now the corner is in Geo's control.
Ooh,
Burst,
immediate
yes.
burst. Dawn doesn't want to surrender that. Just the momentum back just before landing actually sneaks in the drill.
And you can't even burst there too because of the chemical love spacing. So now it's going to be a one-touch scenario, especially with the meter. PRC down after the chemical love. Ooh, big punish there from Abnormal, but just dashing away as the Eno, very floaty.
Yeah, it was interesting from Dawn.
Ooh.
BRC, yeah. Good stuff from Abnormal. Says not bursting immediately there. Did get it successfully, giving himself a fighting chance. Oh, but the dash 2S, we've seen it work out so much against other opponents. However, that hover dash from Eno, she rarely approaches on the ground, and that 2S got bypassed.
Yeah, definitely. Super, super good approach from Ino. And that's what's so hard, too, to deal with, because she can just low profile so many things. Like, that's what made it hard for Soul to fight her a little bit. It's like, okay, so my far slash isn't working. I'm definitely getting hit by stroke, and then she's just floating over my 2S, which I'm not really using that much either. And you're like, okay, and the note goes over my gun flame. And Geo loves to stay on the ground. So all of those things, it's like, you're telling me she just has an answer? Not a fan.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe Abnormal Sense could start fishing with 2D a little bit more, like not dash 2D to try to like put themselves close enough to where it will get hover dashed over and then punished. But if they stay a couple character distances away, I think that 2D could pose some problems.
Yeah, definitely options that need to be shown here. 2D.
Oh my. 3 strokes.
That's a big tree right there. Wow, that was 3 in a row. I can't believe that really happened. Is this real life? Okay, going
Oh, I
with the
thought,
note
yeah,
out.
especially with the note out, I thought that the spiral arrow would come through, but again, the charged dusts are not working.
Yeah, I think we're like 0 for 4 on the charge dust so far for Abnormal, but we're definitely doing much better on the 50-50s. Is this a two-sided coin? I'm pretty sure this might be a little rigged, but Don having to taste some of his own medicine, getting forced in the corner. What a great PRC for the slowdown, and then another 50-50 coming out. Great job on the overhead, but no, one more game to go for Dawn to move on 3-1. Abnormal Sense. Don't tap into your sixth sense right now. You can't look at the reflection.
Ooh, just waiting after that negative frame whip kick, but Dawn not willing to press, maybe expecting a flip kick type trade situation to happen. And then again, 2D is really good against stroke as well, but we still haven't really seen that much from the Zeo player.
Yeah, you need to show that option so that you can stop Dawn's approach with the stroke. But now, when you're in the corner, Geo feels fantastic, especially with all this tension. PRC forward into the grab. So much to think about. Into the overhead. OTG's not enough. Available. Cold burst gets punished.
Oh, wow. Brave. Very heroic burst attempt from Dawn there. And then it's going to Ultra Academy and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, what an overhead. But the burst immediately from Abnormal. So now, no burst on either side. And Abnormal pushing Dawn to the corner with the continued throw pressure. Guess again, baby. One more time.
Wish
Just
you
take the
had
throw.
that burst now. Oh, man, how you wish you had that burst now.
Do you believe in second chances, Ringe? Because I do right now. Abnormal Sense going up 2-2 against Dawn. Going into this 5th game, we have been going down to the wire for these sets on the loser side. It is back and forth. Wow.
And that looked in complete control for Dawn, man. Like, that should have been his game. He got smothered in the end, right? And of course, we talked about it, pretty weak defensively as a character. So he just spent the burst, and I think it definitely would have been well served just kind of holding on to it and going into the next round with it. Obviously, in hindsight, that was the better decision, but even in the moment, I feel like Giovanna had too much health to justify bursting there. However, that's the decisions have been made, the cookie crumbled the way it did, and now we're going to the last game.
Yeah, sometimes you got to look at the crumbs and think about your next decision, because there's always going to be more cookies, but you gotta have the jar when it's time. I gotta put these cookies somewhere, man. And right now, Dawn and Abnormal are playing for all the crumbs, trying to fight their way to top 8 loser side in a last match situation. Is it going to be Geo or Ino making that top 8 berth? There isn't one just yet. So they want to get that
start
character
saying
spread.
that. Instead of more fish in the sea, I'm going to start saying more cookies in the jar. Because
More cookies, that's a good one right there. Cookies in the jar is pretty tasty.
That was a wild there throw. Dawn has him in the corner, looking a little upset about the way that last game went down.
I like
Slump
my
City.
team crumpets.
Oh no.
Oh, that was crucial. Now fighting back. We're flying. Air Series.
Able to get away. Ooh, the no. Showing a lot of respect to it. Just going with a reversal super. Did not catch Dawn though. Oh my goodness, Dawn. That was a scary punish, bro. Double 2 or 5P into 6P.
That was scary. That was scary. Definitely not what I was expecting for a punish, but you know what? Dawn got the job done. Perfect damage calculation, all right? Mathematician.
Most dev
Oh,
already.
I love that
spinning
float forward, float back.
In the corner now as well. Abnormal Sense, when he gets with his burst, just wing it with a button that gets the trade. Some breathing room afforded now. The other side, you know, trying to put Dawn back towards the corner.
Great burst right there too, keeping Dawn in the corner, and I love those offensive bursts when you utilize them that way. We are getting air dash masters right now. This is so much movement in the skies.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to show who's the boss of the air. Oh, and then again, look at that. The 2P OTG to the 2S working on Dawn as well. We saw it work against Abnormal's first round opponent.
Final game, final round here. Just keeps getting these quick situations, and Dawn is just getting smothered by the air movement that Abnormal has started to display. It's no longer staying glued to the ground. I'm in the sky. Call me an aircraft carrier. This puppy's gonna fly.
Ooh, actually came up just a bit shallow, so getting clipped by the anti-air attempt. Knocked down. We go low first. Where we going next?
Guess again.
Nice
Oh, YRC.
Noah says what a great sneak under. They'll take the corner, but just like that, the roles have reversed yet again. RC to keep the pressure up. Oh, does touch the dome. And right now, Noah says finally somehow made his way out of the corner, has his burst available as well. Immediately spins it off the 6P. Dawn, he has the dive bomb into the RC for the kill in the top 8 qualifier.
Wow, Psycho Crusher to finish it off right there, and it was so close. It was a very similar situation that we saw to Ikushisu, where as soon as the burst came back, it was just, I gotta press it, and it wasn't even the most compromising situation, because Ino in the next interaction had that extra meter, was able to get the confirm off of the drill, off of the Psycho Crusher, and just closed it out. Dawn, what a fantastic showing so far. We're gonna get to see more of Dawn and more of Ino in the future, but Abnormal Sense definitely put on a show. That was incredibly impressive from the Geo, and we've only got one more match of the night. It's going to be Elkman versus Clock, and what we saw from Elkman earlier in the day, it was Kizzy made quick work of Elkman. I'm not gonna lie. It was Kizzy Kai showed up and was like, I gotta go get some dinner. All right, I got some planning to do. I gave you my connection test, and I'm gonna go test tomorrow's waters because I'm done for the day. But Elkman has another chance to fight. Waited all this time, running down the clock, and Clock is what he runs into at the end.
Indeed, and we'll see if his time is up here in top 16, going up against the man that slayed the Gold Lewis on the Nagoriyuki. Very dangerous character, obviously, very different from Kai in a lot of ways. So we'll see if Elkin kind of has calmed down a little bit. Maybe he's just more prepared for the Nagoriyuki matchup. Obviously, a more popular character than Mr. Kisk. So we are getting into it, though. This will be the last match of top 16 today. Again, top 8's going down tomorrow, 12 p.m. noon, all on the channel that you're watching right now. Let's see who is going to be our last participant. Will it be Elkman on the Soul or Clock on the Nagoriyuki?
I mean, the thing that's funny about this, too, is you know who's on the other side of this bracket? Dawn.
Ooh.
You know Dawn doesn't want to fight? Nago.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
see.
I
We'll
remember
see.
that
We'll see if that player quote. Can you imagine? I just want you to imagine, because we get player quotes different for the second day. Do you imagine the player quote? I warned you. That's what I want it to be. I want if Clock wins, I want his quote to be, I warned you. Because right
That
now,
player
hey,
quote-
7 frames.
Yeah, that player quote from today. I mean, it's kind of willing that future into existence, right? You got to be careful of the energy you put out, fam.
You know, if it can happen, if you believe it can happen, it will happen. All right, actualize it, visualize it. Because right now, Clock is visualizing a future of great pressure. You really 5K'd in that situation into the wild throw, Elkman. Oh my goodness. Wow, he's cooking. He's playing Soul Bad Guy. This is Frederick Bolsara.
What's going
Just
on?
walked up to him. Walked up to him and tossed him in the trash can. And that's really a game that's less effective with Nagoriyuki because Nagoriyuki doesn't have a dash. So after YRC, you really don't see the Nagoriyukis get thrown a lot of the time, but he walked up in his space.
Definitely just screwed it up, made it happen. And now, even though Elkman was able to go corner to corner, it wasn't really too optimal of a combo, so only burned 50%. And Nago's got a lot of health to work with. Great PRC cancel, catches the recovery. And Elkman is starting to hold north, and Clock is defending. Woo!
Oh no. The gold burst now coming out from Elkman as he ends up bursting the command throw. Raw Volcanic Viper ends up countering.
What is going on?
Complete the combo. Too much nervousness. Doesn't get no TG. I don't know if Soul even can off the regular throw grounded. Can't remember.
Yeah, he could do the 6HS, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wow. We are swanging in this game, all right? There are rules, but we're not following them.
Made me question what I know at all. Oh. Oh yeah, PRC to cover the throw and then immediate air throw afterwards. Not even going with like a close S attempt. Tab does put him on the 0 frame situation. Immediate check, not believing that he'll come with the second hit of the banner revolver. Guessed correctly. Knew that he would want to put him back in the corner with wild throw like he did last time. Very smart. Another air throw. Stop taking to the skies. That's my territory.
Like he said, if you're holding north, he's ready, and that was definitely a good decision from Clock, just reacting, because what I think what he was conditioned to do there, he already got the command grab twice in the first game, and he's like, I don't want to get stuck by that anymore because this pressure is too hard to hold, even though I won one of those rounds. And as soon as he started doing that, Clock is like, all right, if you're gonna hold up every time, I'm gonna grab you, and it's happened twice in a row now, which helped Clock close it out. And you gotta vary it up. You can't just be like, he got me once, I have to start jumping every time now. You gotta commit. You can't always just respect the command grab, because if you do, you're playing right in your opponent's hand, removing your own options from the situation. And I need to see Elkman adapt now.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely gonna need to show us something, because it is a tough situation to deal with. The Nagori Yuki players, they thrive on that momentum. They thrive on just starting to steamroll over you, and that's how this set has started.
We're back to the disaster of passion. I feel like Clock has a very strong liking to this song and the snow. We love to see it. Oh no, Elkman.
The burst going right in the trash. Oh, and he bites him before he pops as well, so he's just gonna get to do whatever he wants. Beyblade late cancel right down the 6H. Another W in the books.
Man, Elkman looking like Elfman. He's in the snow. He's not sure what's going on. What's this? This pressure. It's rough, man. It's rough out here.
You need to bring the machine gun snowballs out, bro. Do something.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta figure this out. Where's Jack Frost? I need some help.
Will Ferrell, that's the elf, right?
Yeah, that's the elf. Call in Will. Will, I need your help. Give me that holiday cheer. I can't stop the last samurai.
Woo! 6H, wait a minute, okay?
Oh no, it begins. Look at the blood meter, though. Look at the blood meter. He does not care. It's just a suggestion.
Oh no, he could have done something. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Can tell not very experienced with this match from PRC. That means, Nagori Yuki should have actually anti-aired that, but it looked like he might have tried for an air throw. 6P would have worked though.
Yeah, I definitely think he went for the air throw as soon as he saw him jump again, but these counter hits are just coming out in strides for Clock.
Yeah, definitely an air throw or that's losing in that scenario. 6P would have not lost. Ooh, chucks him into the corner once again. Baits out the DP, doesn't bait out the burst though. My goodness. The overwhelming pressure, the relentless onslaught of Clock's Nagori Yuki just suffocating Elkman right now.
And that's the sorry, I put it in your head. It's definitely I've been there. I was reading it the entire time, and I'm like Elkman. But no, it's so hard to deal with Inago like that, because I mean there are times where Hotashi plays in a similar fashion where if he knows that you're not ready for the onslaught, it's full speed ahead. Oh, you're gonna DP and I could Fukio right back? I don't care about my blood meter. It's fine. I just get to reset and do all my pressure again. You're gonna try to wiggle out? All right, bet. Let's do it. And right now, Clock is definitely on time. He's like, hey, the expected time of the tournament then was 8 p.m. and we're 6 minutes past due. I'll get you there.
Ooh, the Leah, the Ja Rule, the always on time. We'll see if Clock can get into that top 8, that last participant. I like that song, bro. Okay.
That's good. It's good. It's a good one. Man, and we're gonna see another good one right here. Is Elkman gonna be able to get the run back right now, or is he gonna go down 0-6 in the final match of the night? Oh no, it begins. Party, baby. Take a bite. We can play all night. Oh no. Oh no, Rin.
God. This is getting real violent real fast. Into the super, gonna be on life support if he lives, which I believe he will. Oops, just barely, Elkman. How much magic you got in that pick? Never mind. Never mind. Man's plays a mundane class.
man. And, that's a way to round start after getting beat like that. Just confident fire slash. You got to do it. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose your way. But definitely not
facts.
trying to lose. Elkman tapping into the magic.
And it's happening to some type of higher power. Oh no, the whipped Beyblade into the close ass. Classic Nagoriyuki neutral. Oh, wait a minute, those 6H tattoos him for a second. All right, not going quietly into the night. Let's go, Elkman. Oh,
definitely Elkman fighting back right there, but you have no burst here. You can't fight back just yet. You have to be able to escape this corner situation. No, you cannot. Head to the north. These skies are mine.
The jump D. This was an insult to injury right there. Want some style points. Or I guess he just didn't want to drain his blood with a 6H.
Definitely getting closer and closer. What a PRC to stop the approach from Elkman there. Not about to bust just yet. Oh, the gold burst doesn't give him anything, and you're done. Beyblade let it rip to finish the tournament today. Qualifies to top 8, the last match of the night. Nagoriyuki. Done. You warned us. I hope that your player quote tomorrow is appropriate. We're sorry. We could not put a strong enough commentator's curse. And this is just your future. And we're only the orators. We're not the ones who put this upon you. But what a great bracket so far. Tomorrow's going to be even more exciting. So what were your highlights of the day, Ringe?
Oh man, it was a great tournament throughout the day. I really loved the way we ended. It was a lot of violence, a lot of new faces, really fighting tooth and nail. Of course, I'm glad to see Stealthy still make it into top 8 despite falling in winner's bracket, right? I love seeing the Zato play. Jonathan Tene put on a show. Dawn bouncing back in losers to qualify as well. It's just been overall very high octane, high paced play, which is what I expect most of the time from West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast always showing up strong, always showing us why they're one of the best regions in the world, especially in anime games. And, showing us that if you put the work in and you become a lab monster, you can rise to the top. And if you want to rise to the top with your execution, you got to make sure you get in onto Hitbox. All right. See that right there? Boom. Ringe has it in the back. We got it on the screen right here. Hitboxarcade.com/ARCREVO. I play on it. Ringe plays on it. Stealthy plays on it. The list goes on. These players are in top 8. You want to make a top 8. You want to get that execution up. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but the right step in the right direction is to take control and get yourself a hitbox. And if you want to play the best game out right now, the best fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive, won it at the Game Awards. Available for you now. I believe it's on sale, as Ringe mentioned before. And as you can see, it has such hype moments, such violence in multiple different ways, whether you want to be disrespectful or just saucy with your combos. Deliver violence. Deliver the blaze. The smell of the game. If you want to whiff it, be chip. And, how else has ARCREVO been supporting the scene and the world in general, Ringe?
Well, with every violent set that is delivered, a piece of change is delivered to the Child's Play charity as well. $20 per match that is played throughout the ARCREVO America 2021 and 2022 tournament is pretty much linked to a $20 donation up to $30,000 maximum that Arc System Works is donating to Child's Play. So you can check it out at childsplaycharity.org/site/index, and there's all kinds of information regarding Child's Play, how you can contribute. And again, if you don't know how to contribute right now, you can just sign up for ARCREVO and compete in the tournaments.
Yeah, wonderful way to compete. And pretty soon, the embargo on this character is going to be over, so if you want to enter some tournaments with one of your favorites, Biken is available now, released on January 31st, 28th for everyone who had the season pass. Very fun character, lots of creativity in her combos. Wonderful tools kit. A lot of players have been coming back and saying she's incredibly fun. So if you want to get in on Guilty Gear, whether you're new or you've played all the Guilty Gears over the years, join Daisuke's Vision, play some Biken. She's fantastic. Yosansen, Tiger Knee Yosansen, very strong tool. Highly recommended. Get in on that. And make sure you get in on the finals once they start. March 19th, 11 a.m. There's world premiere trailers and announcements and some of the best Guilty Gear that you're going to see in all of America from all of the qualifiers that we've seen so far. You're not going to want to miss it. If you're not there and you're here, I got some questions. I really do.
Yeah, man. So definitely tune into that, and be sure to tune in tomorrow as well. It's going to be where the top 8 takes place right here for the ARCREVO America US West edition of the tournament. We got a barn burner of a top 8 to go, and it's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific time, so a little bit earlier on the Sunday. Not going to be the same time as today. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, if you're not in the American time zones at all, you're like, what the hell time is that at? It's about 5 hours earlier than what we started at today. So yeah, keep that in mind. It will be right here, twitch.tv/ArcSystemWorksU. So until then, y'all, be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Over time, most things fade away. Isn't that right? All of the memories dissolve. The sunshine, the breeze song go by. No matter how big it is, its time will come. It will be reborn as something new. The full moon, bright balloons. Only my feelings will ever grow. Follow, so that's me. Non-stop love song. I will follow you wherever you go. I can't wait to catch up before the sun sleeps. Not if you're short of breath. I'm the disaster of fashion. All you need to know, always one or two things or a few. I'm alone, but I'm not alone.